Hater.
Yes, sir.
What's happening? This is Eric Anderson at Poker House Fort Worth. We've got an exciting live stream coming up in just about 15 minutes.
All right.
How are you doing?
Good, man. Nice to see you. I'm glad to be here on the mic remotely from my house. It's pretty interesting.
That's nice. So,
Um, who do we got in the lineup?
we've got Mike Sewell. We've got
But if you're from Minnesota, it's Sewell.
Sewell. Yeah, Sewell. I called him Mike Sewell for the first month before I found out his name was Mike Sewell.
Don't worry, it's Sewell to me too.
We've got Doc. He's a fan favorite on the stream.
Okay.
JP, Crissy, a couple of new players. Dusty, who is our points leaderboard right now, he's jumping in here, but he says, "Hey, if this gets crazy, I'm jumping out." He goes, I want to play, but then I saw that these guys are crazy, and I go, well, I can't help that. And then he saw last Friday, and it was a more gentle, conservative game. He's like, I could play that game.
That one was a bit gentle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little bit. And speaking of gentle, that was your first loss in over a year of playing my live streams.
That's true.
Luckily,
true.
It was the smallest live stream you played. So the damage wasn't bad. It was just losing that zero that hurt.
Yeah, the zero hurt. The money aspect doesn't bother me, but when I knew I was gonna lose, most likely it was a dagger, because I was playing this little game in my head where I was like, how many streams can I go without losing? But trying to win, I couldn't just sit there and just fold, you know what I mean?
Just fold 15 in a row for 6 figures. I posted that on my Facebook page, and somebody commented, 6 figures. You're saying he won over 100,000? Yes, he has. This game, he wasn't always playing a $1,000 max buy-in game. He was playing my big games in Dallas. He was playing the 510s and the 1025s and the match the stack and the 5K buy-ins. He wasn't always playing the 1-3 with the $1,000 buy-in. This is a very small game. He's coming down here. He's driving an hour and a half to support us, and I appreciate that.
No, I'm happy to be there.
No, we're super fun. And this game, speaking of small games, this area just really doesn't support a $2,000 buy-in game. So Mike said, can I make it a little smaller? I'm going to invite friends. Can we make it a $500 maximum buy-in? Play 1-2, which is our standard game in the room here. And he goes, we'll make it 75% match the stack. And I said, you do whatever you want, Mike. This is your game. So that's what they're going to be playing right now. Everybody's going to sit down with $500. They're going to play 1-2. They are going to immediately start with the knit game, which has a $50 bounty. 25 is going to go to the staff, and 25 is going to go to the splash pot for the next hand.
$50. How much are they playing for each then?
No. It's just basically it's a $5 one.
A $5 one, right?
Yeah. So if you lose $50.
You lose $50.
Right.
Okay,
right.
I get it.
Yeah, and nobody cares about winning $5. But if we played any bigger than that on a $500 max buy-in, let's say we played $10, well, that's 20% of your stack.
Yeah, sometimes people make the knit game a little too big for the stack sizes. So
exactly, and nobody cares about winning $5. So I love Kim Fortini came up with the idea that instead of paying out, because nobody cares about winning, you just don't want to lose.
Yeah, right. They don't want to lose.
Yeah. So instead of paying everybody $5, we're going to put that $50 into the middle of the pot. And like I said, the production staff is going to immediately take 25. They're going to just tip that out to Mike and Jackie, who are going to be running our stream again tonight. And then the other 25 is going to be a splash pot for the next hand.
Very nice. And I think that's a good thing. You get the staff paid some money.
I love it.
The rest goes into a splash pot, so they have a little bit of money to contest for in the next hand.
A little bit of something fun.
A little extra, yeah.
Yeah. So have you heard about this flush frenzy we've got going on down here?
No, tell me about the flush frenzy.
So we start off with $500 in the pot. And if you win the hand using both hole cards and you have a flush in all 4 suits, right? You win the jackpot, whatever it is, 500. If nobody wins it, I'm going to add $100. Tomorrow it'll be worth 600. And then the next day it'll be worth 700. Now this is an old graphic that I made the last time we streamed. So it says 700. We're up to 2,000 right now. Nobody's hit it for the last 2 weeks. So we're at $2,000 if you get 4 flushes, one in every suit, using both hole cards. I was playing Austin Tuesday.
Uh
I got 3 flushes in the first half hour I sat down.
huh. Wow.
Clubs, spades, hearts, and it took me 7 hours. I got my diamond flush, jack high, and we were joking around because everybody was waiting for it. And one of the players says, "Man, if there's 3 diamonds on the board, I'm just folding if you're in the hand." And I hit my flush, jack high flush on the turn, and I bet $100. And I got one guy out, and the other guy looks at me, and I said, "Hey, there's 3 diamonds. You're supposed to fold." And he goes, "Oh, I've got the nuts." Oh, and so I'm putting him on the ace of diamonds, right?
Okay.
And he's tanks and tanks and tanks, and he finally calls 100, and the ace of clubs comes out, and he goes, I check, and I go, "I'm all in," and he goes, oh. He goes, "I call," and I flip up my jack high flush thinking it's a winner, and he paired his ace and just called me with, "I paired my ace and I think you're bluffing." No, he did have the ace 5 of diamonds.
So wait,
he had the nuts that he didn't want to bust me, but he was trying to think. He goes, "I can't fold because that's like cheating, but I'm not going to bet." And so I just hung myself, and he got all my money. So I did get my 4th flush, and I lost my entire stack. But this guy, it was fun. He was a super nice guy, and the way he was acting, like, I just thought he was like, "Man, I've got the nut draw. I'm not going to fold."
right.
And then when he hit his ace and he checks it again, I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna, and I only had like a couple $100 behind, but I was like, I'm gonna get it, because he's not gonna fold 2 pair. That's what I was thinking. He probably had a pair with the ace of diamonds, and then he got another ace. He's like, he's not folding 2 pair. And lo and behold, he did have the nuts. So that's
unfortunate for you.
Yeah. And but I made up for it the next day. I got most of it back. I did run really bad though. I got when we first started, it was only 5-handed when we first sat down, and I had 10 jack of spades in the small blind.
This versus the 2 jacks.
Yes, spoiler. So I make it $7, right? And the big blind makes it 15. So I call with 10 jack suited. The flop comes out jack 10 deuce. I go $15, and he makes it 30, and I went, well, 130, and he goes, "I'm all in." I said, "I called. You got a set?" He goes, "Yep." And I went, "What? You got a what?"
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, so that's how my day started. It was fun though. It was a good time. So that's the flush frenzy. We have $2,000 jackpot right now if you hit the flush frenzy. The other big promotion we have right now is called our Road to Vegas, where we have 2 tournaments a day. In the evening at 6:30, it's a $1,500 guarantee. It's a free roll. You start off with 5,000 chips. For a $10 staff add-on for the dealers, you get another 5,000 chips. If you go broke, you can rebuy into that tournament for $25, get 20,000 chips. Now, besides the prize pool, which is a $1,500 guarantee, we assign points to it. So everybody gets 250 for signing up. And first place is 5,000, second place is 3,000, third place is 2,000, 1,000, and fifth place is 500, regardless of how many players are in the tournament. It could be 10 people, it could be 50 people. The top 5 get paid. And we do this on every tournament at noon and at 6:30. And people that are chasing points are starting to realize it's way easier to get the top 5 when I show up at noon. So that's really grown. We went from like 15 to like 30 people in the afternoon now. So that's really taking off.
Well, you can't beat a deal like that.
No, it's free. It's and so what we're doing from February 4th to June 9th, we're doing this twice a day, every day, except for Wednesday evenings. We don't play the free roll. There's no tournament Wednesday evening. But every other day, twice a day, we're having this free roll tournament where you're going to earn points into it. And in June, you're going to accumulate all of those points, and that's how many chips you're going to start the tournament with. So if you come down and you play one tournament, you get 250 points, you're going to start the June championship with 250 chips. And you're like, well, why would I even bother? That's like one big blind, right?
Right.
But the neat thing is we're going to give away two $10,000 WSOP main event seats. One of them to the winner of the tournament, and the other one a random draw amongst the 500 people that are going to sign up for this tournament. So
Right.
you could technically just get lucky, play one time, come in June, play in the championship with one big blind and bust out the first hand. That doesn't matter, but you might win that random drawing, 1 in 500 chance for free to get into the $10,000 main event.
That's worth its weight in its own.
Yeah,
So
let's go.
yeah, I don't know any other rooms or casinos that's doing anything like this. So
no, it's super fun. We're doing
yeah.
it. I'm going to turn on the in the background. You're going to see the players starting to sit down. In another 5 minutes, they're going to start playing. We've got one new guy, Javier, who just came into play, and we had two guys. They're either late or they didn't show up. And so Mike Sewell says, Javier, you want to play on the stream? Well, it's either that or be on the alternate list for the other table. And so he's like, yeah, I'll play on the stream. So the guy in the 8 seat, I don't know anything about except for his name is Javier, and he just sat down for $500.
Interesting.
This is going to be, like I said, a 75% match to stack. And that's all I've got. I went through all my announcements in the first 10 minutes. Oh, let's look at the chat. Can you see the chat over here?
I don't see any chat popping up.
All right. We've got a dozen people watching. Hey, guys, if you can hear us, go ahead and shout out and say something so that we know it's working.
Is there a way that I can see the chat? What do I do?
Is it over on the right-hand side?
Yep.
Of your computer says chat. I'm gonna type in hello, and you should see that.
Yeah, I see you there. And I can chat. Under this private chat. Is that where that'll pop up, or how's that gonna work?
You and me.
Okay.
Yep, that's just hello. That's
all
just
right.
you and me.
So nobody sent any messages besides you.
Not
then?
yet. So if somebody's watching this and you feel like sending us sending us a text, that'd be great.
Hey,
there it
Eric,
is. Yeah.
I got it. Brandon Perry. I got a question. How
Yes,
come some of these rooms do 75% match stack instead of 100?
I'm not positive. I think maybe they think 100% match to stack is too aggressive. So they just go a little 3/4 match to stack. A lot of our rooms, like in our regular game outside of the stream, it's not match to stack. It's like a $500 max buy-in. So if you don't get here right away and you sit down at the table with people that have been grinding for 5-6 hours, you might have $2,000 stacks and you can only sit down with 500. So that's something that we might have to revisit if it becomes a problem.
Right.
But it hasn't seemed to be a very big problem yet.
So you just plan on doing maybe the 1-2 stream is going to be 75% match to stack from now on, or is this a one-off?
We're constantly evolving and changing. So if this is what people like, then we'll keep doing this. If they don't like it, and maybe they want to play bigger, or maybe they want to play smaller, maybe they just want to have the 500. Like last week, we did a 1,000 with just a 1,000. So when you flop top set and got it all in against the guy who flopped a straight, all you could do is buy in for 1,000. You couldn't top off for 3,000 or 4,000 to get your money back.
Right,
you were stuck at just 1,000. And that game was very, very conservative and a little more passive. So I was like, I don't like his chances.
I didn't see myself getting even that day. That's for sure.
Nope. I said, there's not with this crowd. I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to turn on the volume of the table mic. I'm going to have it down a little bit. Hey, Brandon, can you hear that table mic in the background? How does that sound? All right. Randy says, I can hear y'all good. Sorry I couldn't make it. I had an issue that caused me to not make it. Hopefully next time. Was really looking forward to it. Randy's one of the guys who didn't show up, by the way. So, all right, I'm going to maximize this now because they are playing. And I'm going to turn off. There we go. All right, I'm going to turn up the table mic a little bit.
All right.
Little Dickie's one of our dealers in the 4 seat. He starts off with ace 10, and he makes a 16 to go. Dusty calls with pocket sixes.
Let's see here.
Thain
Yep.
comes in.
And we got Mac. Here we go. Mac with ace king already.
Perfect.
And Mac looks like he put in a good raise there, about $60, $70. Yeah, $66.
$66. Good. I love Mac.
Very nice guy. I know a few of these guys here. Chrissy's always here.
Yep, Crissy and James. James is Little Dickie in the 4 seat. He's one of our dealers. He started off in the cage and then he graduated to dealer.
Okay, I actually seen him play one time on the stream, maybe a long time ago, right?
Yep, he played on one of our first streams. Now we got ace 10 against ace king. Little Dickie's way behind. They do count the flush frenzy though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, even on the live stream. So if he gets a diamond flush, it's going to count towards his 4 flushes.
Well, this 1-2 game's playing bigger than last week's 1-3 game. I missed a seat.
Oh no, this is going to be bad for Little Dickie because he hit top pair with a 10 kicker.
And Mac with ace king, and he's going to bet right out. Probably around pot size bet. Yeah, 145 and the 166.
Nice. Oh, yep.
And look at this.
Oh,
Little Dickie's going all in. Mac snap call.
Snaps it off.
745 in the skillet. Starting off with the first hand. Little Dickie's going to have to get lucky and get a 10 here.
I don't think we had $1,000 pot for like 2 hours last week.
I know, and we're already doing it on the first hand.
Man. They are going to run it twice.
Is that why the 2 boards popped up? I didn't see this before, where how it runs twice.
Yeah, give James 4 tries to hit a 10. So that first one's
Mac. Yeah.
I could have had aces right there, and I wouldn't have played them on the first hand.
And Mac with its double up.
Sweep.
Ace with the kickers. Ace kickers.
Now, what's different when we play in Dallas and when we play our bigger games, everybody comes with 4 bullets, right? They have $5,000 in their pocket ready to go. In our smaller games, I don't know that 500 might be the bankroll,
right?
And he, not for James specifically, but for like any of these players, a lot of them will buy in for 500, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Right. Yeah, and that happens in a lot of rooms in the lower stakes, and I noticed that's why they don't want to make matches stack too much in the 1-2 games because it could hurt the player pool.
Exactly. You want to protect them against themselves.
Yes. I actually played in a casino on the East Coast where if you table changed, you actually had to chip down to the table max.
Okay.
Which I didn't like.
I don't like that.
I didn't like it either.
If you're playing 1-2 and you run it up to $1,000 and you switch to a different 1-2 game, in our room you have to take your 1,000. You can't go
in most rooms. You have to. Yes, that was the only room I ever saw, and it even happened that way in 2-5 no limit, which was $1,000 buy-in, and some people have 4,000 or 5,000 in front of them.
Yeah, that would be a way to go south if you weren't comfortable playing that big.
And people did it all the time, and I was not a fan of it, to be honest. I think you should have to take your stack with you.
Yeah,
because that's what you put. That's what's been in play. I don't think it's fair to take it off because you're going to another table, not a new game, but an actual another table.
Right. Like if you switch to a PLO table or a round of each table, or let's say you go from a 2-5 to a 1-2 or something like that,
then
I can see it.
Sense, yeah. And it looks like Little Dickie actually rebought, and we're going to go 5 ways here. Mr. Sewell raising up the Queen 10 in the big blind. And he got 4 whole callers. I'm sure he was expecting that with heads up Texas.
Heads up. Yeah.
Texas heads up. King 4-5 all hearts.
That ain't what he said when he got popped on the final table.
Javier has the only heart, top pair, and the only flush draw.
He's got top pair and a 9-high flush draw.
Let's go.
Let's see what happens.
And he does Javier, I don't know who he is. This is the first time I met him, so it's going to be interesting to see how he plays.
And he is just going to probably take it down right then and there.
All right, let's go.
There you go. And he's going to get rid of his knit button. Perfect. So Matt got rid of his knit button. Javier got rid of his knit button. First 2 hands.
Thain. Thain's a tremendous tournament player also. They're in the 7th seat. And in the 6th seat, I'm going to mention Dusty again. He is at the top of that leaderboard I was talking about in the
For
first
the
week.
for the main event, is that what
Yep.
that is?
He's got. I'm
Wow.
going to look it up really quickly. You can go to Poker House FC Worth. That's our website,
Uh-huh.
and
Make me a little you.
see what everybody's scores are. Down at the bottom, click on Road to Vegas,
I was thinking Mr. and Mrs.
and he's at 14,250 in the first week.
Wow.
So I think he's won twice, and then he picked up a couple of 250s along the way. But we're going to play this for February, March, April, May, June, 5 months.
Uh-huh.
You can, if we're playing twice a day, 7 days a week for 5 months, there's going to be some massive stacks coming into that championship tournament.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, what I think you're doing is a great thing, especially because you got a lot of local players there, and it gives someone a shot to go out to Las Vegas and win $8 million. Bring it back home to Texas.
I love it.
And look at Mr. Sewell here with the ace queen in the small blind, and did just complete, did not raise, and then checks the flop.
So I was going to say
board's wrong.
that's not the correct flop.
Yep.
Because what happened is Mike went too fast before all of the cards were read, so he pulled in some of those muck cards.
Okay.
And
looks like it's correcting now, right?
Yeah, Jackie's in the back right now talking to him, going, "That's not correct. Let me fix this." I thought that was a problem because I saw the overlay show up before he burned and put out the flop, and that was just a case of Mike following the action instead of following the table.
Right.
So we're gonna fix it.
It had me confused there for a second.
Yeah, me too. And that's something I told Mike and Jackie before we started. I said one of the main things we have to do is make sure that what's actually on the board is what we show on the overlay.
Right.
Because several times, if and this is just a technological glitch that if you go too fast, it messes up and we have to fix it.
Right.
So, but we're good to go now.
Okay, looks like 4-6, 4-10,
Yeah.
2 spades.
And slight pause while they fix the overlay. I think Jackie's fixing the flop. And now we're good to go.
Jack of diamonds on the river. Looks like a lead out of
There it
100.
is.
Dusty.
Dusty just steals it.
He steals it. I think he shows it too, right?
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
to
so
go
he
to the zip button. He steals it, and Thain's like, "You dirty dog." I love it. So this is how Dusty wins all those tournaments, just straight up aggression. Randy in the chat saying, "Dusty better watch out. I'm coming for him in the tourneys."
Get rid of that nit.
Tanya in the chat says, "Good luck, Dusty." D. Curry, all of us girls are cheering for you. All of us girls. All right. I think he said he had 7 children.
Wow.
I've got
Busy
7
man.
sisters, but man, that's back in the day.
I got hard enough time with one kid.
Oh, yeah, he's so cute, though.
Thank you.
Maybe.
Yeah, my babies are 28, 24, and 16.
Ooh, they grow up fast, don't they?
No straddle.
All right, so it's called 2, and Thain in there at the 4 deuce clubs. Javier with the Octo Crab. Called 2. JP, I played with him before. Shout out JP. Shout out Mike Sewell. Sewell for me. Sewell for you. Shout out to Crissy. She's always nice and pleasant.
JP
to
just
play
got out of
with.
the hospital. He had shoulder surgery.
Oh,
Say that
really?
3 times really fast. Yeah. So he came in kind of not limping, but favoring that shoulder.
Right. Ace 5 Trey Rainbow. And look at Thain just flopping the stone nuts with the 4 deuce of clubs. Doesn't get any better than that. And Sewell, the Octo Crab, is going to take a stab at it in this $65 pot. Does that look like, Eric? 35 or 40? 45.
A little bit big. With a 3% chance of winning this hand.
and Thain's got to be in love with this. He flops the nuts and he has a backdoor club draw.
Just call. Just call.
And I think that's what he's going to do, or is
Yeah.
he picking out raisin chips?
No.
No.
He's going to call. He's going to frown. He's going to frown, pretend like he doesn't like this hand.
Going to hem and haw a little bit and then put in $45.
Is that Chris Larkin?
That's my
Listening while
nemesis in the chat.
multi-tabling? Yeah, he's the one that flopped a straight against your top set of kings.
Man can't be beat.
Boom. He
Boom,
is great.
7.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't see the board that well.
7
7
of
of clubs?
7 of clubs.
Oh,
Oh,
wow, I
Thain's
just
got,
pick up the old club draw.
well, he's,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh. And look at Sewell
Yep.
with the Octo Crab. It says here
He's like,
100.
okay. Yeah, you bet 100. I've got 200 behind. Let's get it in. He
Howdy,
shows
Chris.
it.
What do you play? You must be playing online if you're multi-table.
He's probably playing online and probably playing in one of those tournaments across town.
I got hard enough time playing one game with 2 cards. On the wrong account. You need to get on the right account so you can get back to winning.
Well, shit.
I wonder what prompted that.
Right.
I sure did want to stay and see that flop, guys.
Oh, wow. I just shared this on Facebook, and I see my friend Scott Friedman got a new Jeep today.
I saw that. I told him he could give me a ride to the next tournament.
That's pretty sexy. 2020, got a 24 hybrid. Traded in my 2020 and got a 24 hybrid.
Very
All right.
nice Jeep.
It looks good.
Well, this game is starting off with a bang.
Yeah, it's exciting. A lot of action.
We was all in the first hand, and then we got Octo Crab betting into the nuts. Where was this last week? JP at the 10-7. Mike in here, King 9. Crissy, Jack Deuce of Hearts.
Now, somebody told me Crissy plays different on the stream than she does on the outer tables.
I don't know. I never played with her off the stream.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I'm wrong. I played with her a little bit post-stream on that Friday, but I don't remember much. She's always the same pleasant person, though, so that's all I can say.
Right on. I'm going to go check one thing. I'll be right back.
All right. Crissy raised to 30 with Jack Deuce of Hearts, and Lil Dicky in there with Queen Jack of Diamonds. Does have her dominated. Jack 6 Trey. Rainbow. And Lil Dicky going to lead out with the best of it. 20 and 70. Crissy getting a pretty good price to suck out. Backdoor Hearts. She's going to raise it. She says, listen here, I got top pair. I got the best hand. But Dicky is not going anywhere if his top pair, Queen Kicker.
Turn him to play here shortly. Four.
Let's call the 60. Turn King of Clubs.
Hungry kid.
Checks it over to Crissy. Crissy might continue with the aggression here because the King did pull off. It's a good card for her to bluff with. And yeah, she's not slowing down. $150, and looks like she's going to get looked up. I wonder if Crissy goes for the third barrel on the river if she gets another card that's good for her to bluff at. Oh man, this is a bad river for Crissy. She might bluff here representing clubs and get called by Dicky, who has 2 pair. It looks like he's going to do the betting first instead.
I don't care. I'm just trying to get
He
out.
does.
I don't care about winning. I'm just trying to rack something up.
$300 bet.
I guess I fold.
And she gives up.
Shot, James.
Out
You
of
gotta quit
7.
telling them.
Mike,
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, because he's got 1,000, so you can go 7.
Mac up 532 already. Thain up 149. Javier up 61.
This should be good.
Yeah, I just.
Dusty only down $1. JP down 39. Sewell down 182. Crissy down 248. Lil Dicky down 272, but did pick up a decent pot right there with the 2 pair. Crissy folding the Queen 5 and kind of Lil Dicky here with 7-2 ready to spice it up. He does raise to 12. Dusty the 9-8. It's not going anywhere. Looks like it's gonna be heads up pot. See if Lil Dicky can maneuver his way around here. 7 deuce.
You know that just as well as everybody else knows. First set of cards is always
10-10-4. Would assume that Dusty's probably going to check, and Lil Dicky would c-bet here, try to take this pot down, but he does check behind. Turns an ace. It's a good card for Dicky to bluff at. If check 2 again, Dusty's going to bet 25. Very interesting. And Dicky gives up.
holders at 10-6. We got another seat open for you. He's playing turn.
I'm a tournament player.
No, not you.
No,
No, I am.
No, you're cash player.
No, you're cash player.
You're cash players.
Yeah.
Tonight, you're cash players.
Just because Mike invited me.
That's it.
Me too.
Yeah. We're tournament players, ain't a thing.
Dusty, you should at least sign up so you get the 250 points.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to 100%.
Yeah, just don't forget.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're like still the leader, right?
Yeah.
Mac here under the gun with 2
Yeah, it's
tens.
like 5 or 6.
And JP with the ace queen. Looks like Mac did raise. I can't tell. Okay, yep. Mac called the 2. JP raised the 10. Sewell called the 10 here with the ace 6 of spades. Won the tournament the other night with the 7 deuce of clubs. That's how you do it, Randy. I mean, you can't show up with aces every hand. And we're going to go 3 ways here.
All
Ace
hearts.
5-8, all hearts. Wow.
JP's
Eric,
got-
are you back?
I'm back. We got top pair, great kicker, best flush draw. JP's got all of this. Mac needs
He
a 10
does
that's
have it all.
not a heart, and he just lets it go.
And Eric, I'll be right
Yeah,
back
go
for a
ahead.
second. Thank you.
You bet.
He bet 15. Oh. I was like, what are you talking about, Rob?
I think Jackie's catching up.
All right, Mac's got 2 pair, or excuse me, JP's got 2 pair now. Aces and queens. Mike Sewell with the lower kicker, drawing dead. He's not a believer though. He thinks he calls $50, thinking his top pair is going to be good. Oh, the flush gets there. The nut flush gets there because it's the ace and the king are on the board. How big is he going to go? He really can't go too big. $263 in the pot. It's $100 for Mike to call.
Only because I'm going to see your card anyway.
He says, I'm going to see your cards anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He sees the bad news. He was never ahead in that hand.
Yeah.
Never ahead in that hand. Does not qualify for the flush frenzy because you have to use both hole cards.
Oh.
Both hole cards have to play. So if you have like the ace deuce and it comes out with 4 hearts on the board, your deuce doesn't play, it doesn't count. Kind of a, technicality of the herd. Leaf says, who designed the colors of the card? They're hard to see. The actual physical cards you're talking about? Or are you talking about that 4-card deck we've got going on?
It got nasty.
Because I love the 4-card decks that we have.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, Chris. Dude Maestro said,
Yeah.
reminding me to plug the old poker jokers live stream next Sunday, the 25th. It's going to be the same format: $1, $2 blinds with a $500 max buy-in. If you check out Old Poker Jokers on Facebook, I think they have TikTok, Instagram, all of the socials, but for sure on Facebook. That's where I follow them. We got 6 people watching this flop. The entire deck is covered. 9-7 deuce. Thain's got just a gut shot. Mike Sewell's got middle pair, which is the best hand. He bets 20. Thain calls with a gut shot needing an 8. Max open end and needing a 5 or a 10. King of Hearts on the turn helps nobody.
Here.
Checks around. Another king. Mike thinks if my hand was good on the flop, it's good on the river. He bets $20 into a $72 pot. Both of the straight draws miss, so he's going to get away uncontested and get rid of his nit button. So here's how the nit button works if you're just tuning in.
Get in there, Mark.
Everybody has a button in front of them. We call it the nit button. The nit is slang for somebody who doesn't play very many hands. He's not very active. He's kind of a nit, right? And Crissy just lost the nit button, also called the stand-up game. So what she's going to do is put $50 in the pot. Immediately $25 goes to production staff, Mike and Jackie, and the other $25 is going to be a splash pot for the next hand. And then they're going to restart the nit game at 7 o'clock, and they're going to play every hour. So that's super fun. Crissy just lost the nit game.
All right, sorry, I am back. What's going on?
Good. You just missed one hand. Mike Sewell picked it up with third pair, and he actually just checked it down and then bet 20 on the river, and he ended up winning.
Wow. Well,
so Crissy had to pay the bounty, the $50
Crissy
bounty.
had to pay the bounty. Wow. She usually picks up some pots and doesn't have to pay the bounty. I think it's the first time I've seen her have to pay it.
Yeah. Now you're a more conservative player compared to a lot of players on the stream. Your VPIP is lower. You lose the nit button more often than you win it, don't you? Not more often than you win it, but like 10% of the time, you're supposed to lose it with 10 people at the table. I think you're probably closer to 20% of the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure because sometimes, the stream's only 3 hours, right? So sometimes you just run card dead, man, and you're just not going to get anywhere by.
Not a lot you can do.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're handcuffed and you can't bluff in certain spots, and you're going to get picked off and just lose more.
Yep.
So there is that. I think one time when we were playing 5-10 and a quarter, I lost it twice in a row for 800 each.
Right.
I would say that I think overall on the streams, I probably won it more than I probably didn't. I've definitely lost it, but
right.
I think I've only lost it maybe 4 times.
Okay. That's not horrible.
Yeah, I think sometimes I appear tighter than I am. So
I didn't mean to ruin your image. Between hands, there's another thing I need to talk about. Poker House Austin just opened up. We just opened up a room in Austin, and we are combining our 5 rooms to have a $360 tournament, and you can play at any room, and your re-entry, whether it's that day, another day, another room, it's half price, $180 re-entry.
Really?
We play down to 12%. We bag chips, and you will come back in the money. And everybody who bags chips will go to Austin to play in our new room down there and be in the money. It's a $200,000 guarantee for basically a $180 tournament with the re-entries. It's a 360 initial buy-in, but then the re-entries are only 180. I've never
Right.
seen that before,
I
where
haven't either.
the re-entry is half price. So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. Hey, in the chat, tell me what you think about that idea, where it's a $360 buy-in, which I did all the time across the country for 10 years, traveling around. But this one has a half price re-entry. Let me know what you think about that. Thain's got 2 jacks. Little Dicky with a gut shot's going to just fire $5 at it. Dusty has no part of this, but for $5 he's going to call.
All right. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Let me see. And look at this. Little Dicky made straight. He made the nuts.
Wow, good read on the deck, Little Dicky. James. Now Thain's going, do you have a queen? Because obviously you don't have 4-6, but do you have a queen?
And Dusty just leading out for 4 with the Jack 10 of hearts, trying to steal this one. That's not going to work against the guy with the nuts.
Now, does he deny some equity by raising to get rid of that flush draw, or does he just call? It looks like he's just going to call. Let's listen to these guys.
Although I would have played a whole lot more of these cards if I would have been drinking.
Right. This might even be a good thing.
It might be a bad thing. I might not get my money as fast. How?
Looks like Dicky is picking up raising chips.
Yeah, he's going to deny equity.
105?
Yeah, and Dusty's going to snap fold. He
125. Yeah. I mean, unless Dusty wants to get out of the box here and decide to just do something crazy, I think he's just going to fold.
Great blocker bet on the flop by James. You know, setting the price at $5 with that gut shot, and you know, make
Drilling it on the turn.
So nobody, and then just hitting it, hitting
Yeah.
4-outer. Yep, good fold. We knew that.
I don't think I've ever played with Dusty before.
He's never played on the stream. He's a big, like I said, I'm gonna repeat myself. He is a big tournament guy, and he's top of the leaderboard right now. I don't have yesterday's points entered yet, but he's top of the leaderboard as of Wednesday.
Wow, very nice.
And I think he won yesterday when we were talking about it. So he's got another 5,000 on top of what I said he had.
Mm-hmm.
If he did win yesterday. I think I was talking to somebody, and they said, yeah, and Dusty won again. So
wow,
so
he's on a heater.
Yeah, he's having a good time here.
I can't believe they were both bluffing.
How do you like this remote commentary?
I love it. I love that you don't have to drive an hour and a half to sit in the booth with me, that you can do it from the privacy of your own home.
Yeah, I like it.
You know, you can sit there and do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's nice. I set up a little desk here, and my headphones worked out really good on the laptop, so it worked out nicely.
Perfect.
But yeah, I do like that we can put this whole stream, and you can essentially anybody could remote commentate, which is great.
Yep. I did that with Sassy and Hammer last week. They're in Colorado, and they were watching from the stream. And I'm like, hey, hold on a second. Let me send you a link. And they jumped on their computer in Colorado and commentated for the last half hour with me.
Nice.
Just for fun. Wow. Oh, man.
Wow, look at this board. Little Dicky here with the gut shot and the nut flush draw. And Dusty with the queen eye flush draw. Javier, 2 9s. Mac with 7 8. Everybody has a piece of the board. Oh, wait a minute. Now the board's wrong.
Oh man, that's annoying.
It made me excited for a second.
Now it went from everybody now we went from $1,000 pot to $80 pot, and Max got the flush draw and bottom pair. Javier's got a middle pair, and Dickie and Dusty are just going to fold because they don't have 4 clubs like we thought they did.
Yeah, and I guess Javier and Max going to be the only ones going on turn here.
Yeah, what happened was this software reads the burns, and if you go too fast, it'll read that burn card as being on the flop. So the card we thought we saw was actually the burn card. You know, if the dealer goes too fast, and the diamond does come home now.
Yeah, and that's going to lock up the hand for Mac.
I do love that Jackie caught it this time, because last week, if Mike went too fast, and Jackie didn't catch it, then everything was messed up. And I gave him a little speech, little pep talk, saying, "Hey guys, we got to do this. You know, Mike, you got to go slower, and Jackie, you got to pay attention." And they did a great job. So,
I didn't realize Javier actually has the 9 diamonds, which could beat Mac on the river.
Oh, it could counterfeit him. It didn't, but it could have been scary.
It could have got there, but it did not. Let's see if Javier actually decides to lead out the river. I hope not for his sake, but I think he's going for it. He's looking at his chips.
Mac calls light.
Mac's not going anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if Mac raises the river here.
I don't think he's going to raise with an 8 high flush, but he's definitely not going to fold for 120.
I mean, there's definitely no folding going on, that's for sure. Yeah, he's going to call.
Yep. Captain Underpairs stopped a tournament on Monday.
Oh, wow. Where was that?
I thought you had the flush, though.
Captain Underpair, he came down to Fort Worth and played.
Oh, the tournament down there?
Yeah. I entered his name in the leaderboard. Let's look up Captain Underpairs, and that's not his real name on the stream. I'm gonna look down here. How many and search, and you have 1,500 points, Captain Underpairs. So that's 1,500 chips you're going to start that tournament with if you never come back, and you have that chance to win the random drawing. Yeah,
that's really good. For free, get a random drawing to play the main event. So you're giving away 10,000 for the seat, right?
Exactly. $10,000 main event seat, and then another $10,000 main event seat for the person who wins the tournament. Likely,
is there a stipulation if somebody doesn't want the seat?
I don't think there is. I think I'm predicting if it gets down to like the final table, they might make some kind of deal where they go, "Hey, this is worth $10,000. Let's all take $1,000."
Sure.
I don't know what's going to happen. You know,
but I would have to take the seat.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm a no chop, no pay the bubble type of guy, but as a facilitator that runs tournaments, it's their money. I let them do what they want with it. So
I mean, I think that's the way to go.
You know, some places don't let you chop it. Javier flops the open-ended.
Yeah, Javier can get the ace or 9 here, and JP's got 2 of his 9s though, so it'd be a dangerous turn if the old 9 of clubs came on the turn.
Yeah, that 9 ball shows up and you might have problems.
Yeah, that would be cost a little bit of money for JP, but you know he could always suck out. Board can always pair.
Pair the board.
Yeah,
pair the board.
Let's see, and it's going to go bet 30 and call.
30.
Almost a 9.
Pair the board. Yeah. Now the 9.
Pair the board. Now the 9 would be a disaster for Javier.
He just needs any card above a 10. Ace, Queen, Jack.
He does give it up. JP taking it down to Gresham.
Get rid of that knit button.
Yeah, get rid of that knit button. Oh, they're not even playing the knit game yet. They're not going to restart that until 7 o'clock.
Oh, really?
I think they're going to play it 3 times. Once at 6, once at 7, once at 8. That's what I think.
Good hand.
We'll see when those buttons come back out. So this is hand 13 13 in a half hour of play.
Yeah, there's been a lot of action for 13 hands already.
It really has been. Little Dickie's, he lost $500 the very first hand. He's only down 188 right now. So he's already made $300 in the last half hour after losing that.
He ended up winning that one pot back, and I mean, one pot gets you back to even or winning. Look at Max sneaking in there at the 2 aces, and Sewell.
Mac likes to check raise, and just as I say that, he check raises 55.
Raises 55. Sewell's not going anywhere at the old 10 ace spades. He's going to defend. He's got position on him.
Yeah.
Randy, an interesting
points have been updated. So if you go to pokerhouseftworth.com and scroll down to Road to Vegas, you can check out the points. I have not updated them as of yesterday.
Oh my gosh! Look at this.
Oh wow!
Sewell flopped the nuts.
Oh, you know what? Good for Mike. He's had such a bad time on the stream.
It's not over yet.
It's
and
not.
if it goes ace pair or something like that.
Yeah.
But let's see what the turn brings in. And look at this. Yeah. Mac leads out. Sewell just raises to 200. Now Mac's in the blender. Like, man.
No, there's no situation and Sewell, Mike topped off. I didn't even see that. This is going to be a big pot.
It could be. And wow. Did Mac shove?
Yeah, of course he did. He's got
He
aces.
shoved? 1,200. And Sewell with the nuts.
What do you got? Straight. Let's listen to this. Run as many times as you want. Oh wow!
Good hit, Mike. Good hit, Mike. Good hit. Good hit, Mike.
It's not over, but it's thin.
Yeah, it's very thin, anorexic.
Oh, that's part of the thinness.
Ace or a 9. Oh, he
Almost.
did it. He had to sweat it though. He had to sweat it.
He did have to sweat that. One's never easy.
Okay, now
all right. Yeah, now it's a lock for Mike.
Wow.
So good flop for Mike, and he said he hadn't been doing too well past couple sessions. That one made up for a couple hands.
Yep, that'll help him out.
Pretty big pot, 21.53. That we're in hand 14, 1-2 no limit game. Looks like I need to drive about an hour and a half down the road.
Wow, I was gonna say, I don't think this is not your standard $1,200 buy-in game.
No,
and cray.
Sometimes a 1-2 game play like a 2-5 game, or sometimes a little larger depending on match to stack. You just don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, that was
you're
fun.
In the game.
Good for you, Mike.
He said 16 times.
He said he was gonna line up some action players, and he's not lying.
I'm not even playing with y'all.
And this is Dusty. He's like, I'm not even playing with y'all. Your wife's boyfriend says that's enough to buy the beer. You underestimate how much beer Mike drinks.
Yeah, I drank with Mike a couple of times, and tell you what, he drinks a lot more beer than I do.
I tell you what,
everybody thinks I stand up just to.
he could put me and Eric both under the table.
Yeah, he likes those ultras.
Yes, sir. Mike's a good time to hang out with. He's a nice guy.
Really is. He's fun.
I'm gonna be mad at him if I don't have a seat next time. Look at all this going on.
Yep.
Just kidding.
I think it was just, he thought it was too small for you, but they proved him wrong. Okay. Back in.
Yeah. I need to go.
I will say that 1-2 is usually it's definitely a game I don't look to play, but if I get invited to the stream, I'll take it every single time just because I like hanging out. But off the stream, I would turn it down.
Yes, I understand.
But I just like hanging out on the stream. I'm not gonna lie, I just enjoy the atmosphere.
I mean, that's why we have the stream. It's so fun. And some people just do it, just for the experience. And some of them do it because they want to do the training. Now, do you ever go back and watch and like study, or you just just do it for the fun of it and go from there?
I actually enjoy the fun of the game a lot more.
Come touch some of these when you get a chance, Cody.
If I'm playing something like these 1-2 games or 1-3 games, I'm just enjoying the moments of it.
Right.
Not necessarily trying super hard. Just trying to have fun. Just trying to, enjoy the atmosphere and kick back, drink some Mickeys with Mike.
Yep.
To me, it's about the atmosphere when I play those games. It's about the good time for me. Other people might not be, but for me, it's about the good time, and a lot of it was I just wanted to keep my my streak going.
Right.
But not by folding. I wanted to, play it out.
Chris Larkin, Dude Maestro on YouTube, says, "I wonder if we'll see a bigger pot tonight." Now, some things are against us, where it's a 500 buy-in instead of 1,000. But with the match to stack, they've already got a couple of people with over $2,000. 1,500 right there. Mac just bought in for another whatever it was, so he's back up to 1,500. JP's at over 600.
I mean, I think we could see a bigger pot.
How big? What was the pot where it was set of tens versus set of kings versus flop straight? Was that like $3,000?
I think maybe 20,
25,
24, 25. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Prediction.
This pot already went to 2,200. So.
Yeah. So I think we're in the first hour. We're in the first half, 45 minutes with the delay. I do predict we will have a $3,000 pot tonight.
3,000. That where you're setting the line on the over?
Anybody want to take a wager?
I'll take under 3,000 one cigar.
All right, I love it.
All right, we can set it at 3,000. I'm rooting for it either way.
Yeah, me too. Dude says 2,700.
I think 2,700 is a pretty good guess.
Very close. Very good guess. Very small bet. Ace, King, King 10. They just check it down. And JP is going to pick it up with the best hand. Tanya says, we picked Dusty D. Curry. So, Tanya, are you a daughter or a friend? Because he said he has 7 children. Can you confirm that he has 7 children?
Who has 7 children?
Dusty, the cowboy.
He has 7 children?
Yeah, he said the game was too crazy for him 2 weeks ago, and then he saw last week and said, "Yeah, I can. This is okay. I can play this." And now he sat down and watched this and went, "Nope, I'm leaving." Right there. He's a great guy. Points leader.
Look at Mr. Mike here. The Ace King of Hearts picking it up $15 in low jack.
I like
Javier
it.
2 7s, little walking sticks. Mac Queen
4 under the gun. Why not?
And JP of 10-3 clubs closing the action to say let's flop a flush.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good flop for Mike. Mike does have 2 overs in the nut flush draw, and pretty good flop for Javier as well. 2 7s. Javier is betting, but Mac's going to go away. JP's going to go away. Let's see how Mike plays this, if he raises or if he just calls here. And Mike just calls it 50.
Ooh, ace.
Wow.
That'll stop the action.
I'm definitely going to probably slow Javier down, but he might want to represent the ace himself. But Mike is going to call.
Yeah, that's a snap call.
So 182 all in, and Mike, he's king of hearts.
Whoops. I hit the wrong button. I want to do this. I want to do the thinking. He's thinking about it. It's only $182. There is not a scenario where Mike folds right now.
Yeah, I can't see a fold either. I'm a little bit curious why he's tanking.
Unless that's not an ace of diamonds on the turn.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Staying there with ace 5.
Is the turn a 9? Is it a 9 and he said you're in there if ace 9? It's not an ace, or is it a 9?
I don't know. We're gonna see in a second.
We're definitely gonna.
I'll bet you whatever you want to bet. It's not the ace of diamonds.
I don't think it is, because Mike would have called. I'm with you. Mike would have called by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I'm definitely with you on this one.
I just got his chips.
Okay, he does call.
That's the ace 5.
It is the ace of diamonds.
What took you so long? Oh, Sewell.
Oh, Sewell, I'm embarrassed that we're friends.
Flush, too.
And he gets,
Yep.
man, I apologize to Mike and Jackie thinking they messed up again.
I mean,
There's no way that's the ace of diamonds, right?
it is on the board. We both saw it, unless we're seeing things.
I'm like, what took me so long? That was a snap call.
Diamonds.
I don't know what.
I'm gonna ask Mike if his friendship card is still valid with me, because I can't be friends with guys taking that long.
Not
I'm just kidding.
top pair, top kicker,
Gosh.
flush draw, nut flush draw to beat. Mike, I don't know.
I would have put $182 in there so fast.
Oh yeah,
I would have beat the guy into the pot.
I'd have gave him a friendly loan to get some more money in there.
I'm
All right.
I know he didn't.
Man, I was a little bit shocked there. Sorry, Mike. I am a little bit shocked. Genuinely shocked.
Was he staying there with the ace 5?
Oh,
He's gonna have to show me. He's gonna have to show me
have
a
ace
5.
5. He was worried about that. But he didn't. Yeah, he wasn't worried about ace 9. He was worried about ace 5, like he has a boat or any kind of 5, really. But still,
I mean, we can suck out. We can suck out with the ace. We can suck out with the heart. It's $182. You're gonna have to show me.
Yeah. Frosty in the chat saying he has to think after all those ultras. I mean, that's not far off. He's actually drinking Diet Dr. Peppers tonight.
Yeah, he's drinking Dr. Pepper, Texas favorite.
I love Dr. Pepper.
I like Dr. Pepper too.
Or maybe I folded his face flush.
Crissy in there. The King 8. Raising the 20.
Booted.
That's also my nemesis hand. Me and my friend makes fun of me all the time about the hand King 8. Very infamous hand that beat me for a lot of money one day. Thain, 9-6 of clubs. Dinner for 2.
As I go up.
So, spoiler, I just looked at the real-time flush frenzy board, and Mac is on the board with diamond.
Mac said, wait a second.
Well, look at this hand here, because Mac has a set of 7s and Thain has a
Wow.
gut shot and a flush
And they're
draw.
all slow playing it.
Yes, they
All right.
are.
Set of 7s. See, that's what I said. Mac likes to check raise. Nobody obliged him. Now Chrissy's going to lead out from the low jack.
What do you think Thain's going to do here with the dinner
Call.
for 2 hand?
I think he's going to call. He needs an 8 or a club.
How about the 4 of clubs on the river? And here comes Mac attack. Raise.
Yep, check raise.
I can't tell how much, but it looks to be around 160.
160.
Yeah, something around 160, right? 165. Thain here. It's a pretty good
125 to call. He's got the flush draw. He's got the straight draw. It's a lot of money, though.
Yeah, it is. And it looks like he's not going to fold.
Oh, he's going to call. I think he's going to fold. He's thinking about it. Mac doesn't bluff a lot. He likes to check raise. He doesn't bluff a lot. He does call.
Puppy toe on the river. Puppy toe on the river.
Oh.
Could be a 4. Could be a jack. but make it a puppy toe.
Trey.
Mac just chooses for chips.
I needed clubs. I love Thain. He's great.
That's what I figured.
Ultras equal water.
I think that would have been.
Yeah, you're right. They do
Maybe
taste like
3,
water.
2.
That's why, you know, you drink like 12 of them, you're definitely drunk.
Man, 3 cents.
Mike told me that the Ultras, he doesn't drink them to get drunk. He drinks them for the taste. That's what he told me.
An 8. I want it to be a club air. It's not a club. Come on, man. I need a book.
I was smoking a cigar last night
Uh-huh.
that was so,
Makes it happen.
like the leaf was
Yes.
so
Deal?
thick that I
Two
at
more
first I
flushes.
thought I did not clip enough off of the tip, but I clipped off plenty, but I could hardly get anything because it was just packed so densely. Have you ever come across that?
Man, whose phone is that?
Yes, and some cigars don't they don't smoke well for, you know, for some reason. And I've had that problem where like I can't get a good draw out of it. And it's not
Right.
because I cut it wrong, but yeah, I think some of them don't draw as well as others.
I just sent you a video.
First time.
Speaking of cigars,
9910. I'm pretty sure somebody had it. Not yet. Mac here, just flopping full house.
I'll bet you $1,000 he checks.
That's pretty confident bet.
Yeah. But nobody has any piece of this except for actually JP's open-ended. He could get a 7 or a jack.
That's true.
Wisely folds to a $15 bet. I think I'm calling $15 there. And he hits it straight. He's so lucky. He's so lucky he didn't stay in there.
Yeah, because it would have cost him a lot more money. Let's see what goes on here. Dusty does bet. Mac checked the river, right? Yeah. Checked into Dusty.
Yeah. Mac check called the whole way.
And here comes the raise. 215.
Big bet. Snap fold.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how much JP would have lost there with this straight.
I'm not too sure. I've seen your cigar. You know, it just might be the way it is. Because I ran into that problem, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not a cigar expert, but I have run into this
I
problem.
mean, it's,
And the
Would've
picture I
done no
sent you,
good.
it looks like it's clipped correctly, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's wrong. I think some of them are rolled differently.
glad
They
it
just
didn't.
some draw worse than others.
And this one, the flame part was
Stab at it.
considerably thicker
and
than
I knew
the
where he was at.
tip part.
Hmm.
So that's the first time I saw that.
Yep.
But I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was like a
100%.
workout to get anything out of it.
Right. That makes it tough. Lil Dicky in there with 2 4s.
Scott, right in front of you. Hey, will you grab a tray? Will you color me up again?
Oh, thick brag,
Will you
Sewell.
grab that tray?
Hey, color me up again.
A little bit. That tray.
Javier.
I got
Ace
so many tips. Just
hearts.
color me up again.
Matt. Small white.
Crissy. Queen 9 of spades.
That's 6.
Crissy raises it to 100. Chrissy's getting in the mix today. She must have the knit button, maybe.
They did restart the knit game. I missed that.
Javier, no. JP, no.
Oh my gosh, my pocket. Oh, I forgot to make it.
Little Dicky.
I totally forgot about this thing. Yeah.
Little Dicky complaining that he folded 2 4s for $100.
I would have called that. I totally forgot about that.
I think Your wife's boyfriend says you need to try an Opus X cigar. All right, I'm gonna put that in my.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this too.
I'm gonna
for this
Google that right now.
recommendation.
Opus,
Yeah, how much does that usually run your wife's boyfriend? I hope my wife doesn't have a boyfriend.
Opus X by Arturo.
It looks like it's about $31, $32 a single.
It's a little more than I normally spend. Honestly.
I was smoking around $50 sticks when I would smoke them, and they were very good sticks. You do get what you pay for in the cigar world.
You do, and it's like bourbon. You know, you can drink some really bad bourbon, or you could drink some really good bourbon.
Yeah,
if you don't know any better,
too.
You know, if you don't know any better, you're like, oh my god, I don't like bourbon. Well, that's because you have the good bourbon. You know.
Yeah, I gotta drink at least like a medium grade alcohol, or I won't enjoy it.
I agree.
Thain, Crissy, Thain in there, 910. And when I say medium grade, it's got to be something like Angel's Envy or something or higher.
I'm not that.
You gotta show your cards.
I'm good with Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark's fine.
Thing.
I like Maker's Mark. I prefer the more vanilla tasting notes, so Maker's Mark isn't as vanilla to me as something like Angel's or Woodford Reserve, but Maker's is not a bad liquor. I can't drink cheap liquor. It gives me a really bad headache.
Right.
Same thing with cigars. Maybe it could be just me, but if I smoked a cheaper cigar, it gives me like a bad headache.
Right. That's the analogy I was making, where you know, you people that, like, they don't like the cigar smell, or it makes them sick or whatever. It might just be that you're smoking a cigar from the gas station. You know, don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, definitely like the more medium, higher expensive sticks, like $30, $40, $50 seems to be pretty good. Yeah, it is expensive if you smoke a cigar every day. It adds up.
No, I think I'm around the $10 range. You know, Woodford Reserve Double Oak, dude says.
Yes, it's a good liquor.
Yes.
Or you can go with Jefferson's Ocean, which is another good one.
I have not tried that.
I like that one. Blanton's I like as well. Black and Mild, no. Sewell in here. Crissy raising 75 with 2 queens, and Sewell with the Jack 9 of diamonds, and he says, I got 2,400 and I'm not folding. Let's get a big flop.
Especially after he just saw her raise 100 with Queen 9.
Yeah, and if you watched last week, you see Jack 9 flop straight, so let's see if Mike can flop a straight.
How could you ever fold it? If it comes out like 8-10 Queen and Crissy has top set, very
that would be a disaster. And 10-10 deuce Doyle flop. Okay, 6 of diamonds for Sewell picking up outs. And she's going to bet, and he's going to call. Looks like she bet 85.
Yeah, he's going to snap call 85 and hope for that diamond flush.
Looked like 90 to me for a second. River 4 of spades. What do you think she's going to do here? She's probably going to lead out, and then Mike's going to fold. Or
I
think she's going to
she
check
calls.
Check call. And
because if Mike's
bluff.
playing a 10, she doesn't want to lose an extra $200.
Right.
And if he's bluffing, she's going to give him a chance to bluff at it.
He is stacking up some chips.
Fuck no, shit.
Oh, it went check.
No. He bet 150.
Oh, he bet 100. Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, I thought he checked for a second, but he bet 100 and she called.
He bet 150 and she snap called it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that's what I was saying.
Good hand,
you need to give him a chance to bluff at it if he's bluffing. And if he actually has the 10, you don't want to blow up the pot any more than you have to. So I think a check call is what she was going to do, and that's exactly what she did. Good play, Crissy. Pre-flop raising statistics after 21 hands. Crissy at 30%. Well, I guess this is after 20 hands because we are at hand 21 now. Dusty with 0 times raising, Thain with 5%. That's 1 out of the 20 hands. Crissy was 30%. Sewell, Little Dicky, Mac, all at 20%. I think the PFR is a very good indicator. The VPIP and the PFR are the ones that I concentrate on most, voluntarily putting money in the pot and pre-flop raising.
Are those numbers always accurate?
So VPIP is going to be accurate. Pre-flop raising is going to be accurate. The ones that I don't know are aggression frequency. I don't put a lot of stock into that one because you could be at a very aggressive table and then just check call because you know that they're going to bet for you, so you don't have to do that. And
Right.
you could just call the way down. But
Yeah, just you know, for the viewers out there that make sure, hey, these numbers are totally accurate. So definitely the pre-flop raise and the VPIP are 100% accurate.
I was waiting for it.
Don't say that. Don't say
Everybody
that.
just sitting there watching. Just go.
How good was that hand?
That was right.
I know somebody told a funny joke. I missed it.
I know it. I don't want to tell you.
He said he had nothing to say about that.
I saw it. I couldn't say it.
You gonna say something so you can rescue me this time, right?
Oh, man,
That was awesome.
They done made it hard. You can't even help nobody right here.
Javier.
Right.
Ace deuce off under the gun. Mac.
I don't see none. Don't say
I'm gonna change Mac's name to the man that never loses. I don't ever see Mac lose. He just
It's like everybody
gets massive hands.
No, he's pretty solid. I like Mac.
He
Yeah.
was worried about his
He
chips.
literally just goes.
Everybody else
He was worried about that whole $6 pie.
What's going on except you?
Mac with the ace 10 of diamonds. JP 6-5 of spades.
It was, dude. He was worried about those $6 in there.
Yeah,
Oh, I can put my cards up.
Exactly.
10-10-5. Talk about Mac and hitting all the flops. Look at this. He hits 3 10s with an ace.
Now that I know it had ace 10.
Thain
I want
leads
to know
out.
what it's like to be Mac.
Mac just slow plays it. Tries to get a few more people in here. There's no flush to worry about. No straight to worry about.
What's Mac do for a living, Eric? Play poker?
I don't know what he used to do. I'm pretty sure he's retired now.
That's why I got
Four
Now Thain's
diamonds
gonna
on
slow down
turn.
and check.
So this is an interesting card because now Dusty has the gut shot and straight flush, well, gut shot straight flush draw. And Mac
Yeah.
actually has the nut diamonds as well, which is 3 10s.
Check.
Yeah, Dude Maestro in the chat saying is as long as the action is entered correctly, the stats should be accurate. The issue is you can't really get a accurate depiction over a 3-hour stream.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, yeah. I concur.
I'm so happy that flush did not hit.
Imagine if the 7 of diamonds hit the
I
river.
just bet I bet $1 that you had that 10. I was like, Dusty got it. I know you got it.
Not yet.
I had to fight.
Mm.
I was thinking if I hold it, if I did my hand, I hold my cards like this.
Yeah, you'll probably still fold.
Or grab the chips.
Hey,
So close to
hey,
the
Velcro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I was thinking the Velcro idea probably went pretty good.
I don't want to take that L again.
Well, we are about an hour into this 3-hour stream.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
head nods, no nods.
So, Eric, I noticed you went from 4 hours to 3 hours.
The weekend stream I do 4 hours still on Sunday afternoon,
Okay.
but the night stream Wednesdays and Fridays we just went 3 hours. We just backed down a little bit, mainly because this room is a smaller room than we had in Dallas,
Yeah.
so I don't have as much staff as I had in Dallas. You know, so
Okay.
when I take 2 or 3 people off of the floor to run the stream, that's like, you know, we only have like 6 dealers that are scheduled.
Right.
So if I have a big tournament running, I can't take up all those resources to run a stream. And like Jackie came in at noon, she's going to stay late for us today. And Mike was scheduled for 8 o'clock. He came in at 6 o'clock, and he's going to stay till 4 in the morning or whatever it is, whenever they close.
Right.
So I just backed it down from 4 hours to 3 hours, give the players a chance to play on the stream, and not lock up my dealers for as long.
Right. And Javier here, flopping bottom pair and a gut shot, backdoor nut hearts, just leads out for 100, and that should take it down. He has the best hand.
Yep.
So Javier came to play and gets rid of his knit button respectively.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't stubborn. I had 9-10. I was like, 10's keep coming out.
Oh, I told myself I should have folded anyway. I was like, Jack Queen offsuit.
You see Cody in the background getting rebuy chips for that tournament that's going on right now. If you are in listening distance to my voice and you want to come down here and play this free roll, let me take a look at this. Look at this clock. We have 3 tables going right now. Registration open for another 48 minutes. $5,000 for free. Tip the staff $10 and get an extra 5,000 chips. And $25 rebuys will get you an extra 20,000 chips. At the break, we have a $50 add-on. Optional will get you 40,000, or $100 optional add-on will get you 100,000 chips. A lot of people come in at the break in 40 minutes and get their free 5, their $10 staff add-on for 5, so they have 10, and then get a $100 stack, so they'll have 110 for $110.
And this is for the World Series seed.
Exactly.
I mean, pretty good deal. Have a free roll and come in there and be able to win a World Series seed. I have not seen anybody doing that. So drive one down to Poker House, Fort Worth, nestled in Burleson, Texas.
Yeah, right next to Walmart.
Yeah, you got everything you need. Gambling, Walmart. I mean, you can go gamble and get your taxes done at Walmart, get your groceries, get your hair cut. What more do you need?
Yeah, I get my hair cut over at a Great Clip right over here in the strip mall right in front of us.
Right.
Well, I showed, so it don't matter, right? Mike, as long as I show, it don't matter.
Yeah. No,
That's right.
Eric, you know what? What do you think about this? What if you had a stream full of commentators? You and Eddie bat play. I think it'd be a great game.
From the felt.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be a fun one, right?
Get Tiny and Chris Larkin in there.
Yeah. I think you and Eddie, and then Chris and Tiny, 4 people.
Nick and Knock were our commentators for the next gen stream we did in Dallas. They would be fun.
Yeah.
When you do it, it's cool, but when I do it,
that's all the money you get from me. $2.
Crissy raises 20 with the King Queen Dusty, and there's the Ace Jack. Thain 7-5.
$2. I play those cards.
Queen Jack Trey, all clubs. Crissy, that's pretty good flop for Crissy.
Yeah, top pair, king kicker, king flush draw. I don't expect Dusty to give up right away. He's got middle pair with the ace jack. Way, way behind. Needs an ace or a jack. That's not a club. That's not it.
Diamonds. Yeah, ace of clubs would have been a bad card for him. And obviously, Jack catches it, makes him catch up.
Check,
Goes
check.
check, check.
Crissy navigating.
5 clubs on the river.
This 125.
Get on the board.
That's a pretty easy fold for Dusty.
Oh, very good.
And she already got rid of her nip button, so she doesn't have to show the king high flush.
Yeah, she got a pretty good flop there and ended up with a flush from the river.
I figured you.
Yeah.
Good hand for Crissy.
Looking for that knit.
She already. She don't have one. The first time we had a live stream, she had a knit button. Like every time she had a knit button, she was very first hand. Yeah.
I wish I had that problem.
Right.
It was nice. Normally I sweat.
I think Lil Dicky could have went with the name Pablo Escobar as well.
We do have a player named Pablo Escobar.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a jab at Lil Dicky. I think he looks cool, man. I think he really fits the actor that played Pablo Escobar.
The facial hair and the
Facial hair,
the fro.
the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely think it's a cool look for sure. Ace King Deuce, 2 hearts.
Yep. Mike paired as king. It is the best hand.
I can't really see JP's hand. Blocks out some of it with the timer.
JP's got the 10-9 of nothing, 0% chance of winning this hand.
He can always bluff and win.
He can bluff. He can bluff.
I don't know if it'll get through, but he could. And Sewell with the King 5 looks like, yeah, and Mike's got the best of it.
$25 bet into a $30 pot.
And
Justin might be tempted to call after it checked around, but I don't think so.
Dusty might get sticky with the Jack 10 and call, and he does.
Yeah, nobody bet with the ace or the king. He might think his jack is good.
I did not think you had it. Yeah.
What's it like to be Mike Sewell?
Whee!
Just winning all the pots, you know, getting rid of the knit button, loading up a couple Dr. Peppers. I mean, life's good.
Go.
He needs to get some Mickeys. You know, send him a Mickey's for me. On me, I'd send him a Mickey's.
Thain, you still got your knit button?
Dusty reloading as Mike needles him. You got the knit button? What'd you do with that knit button? You still got that?
You know who I was hoping to see today? I was hoping to see the real McCoy.
Right? He
By the break,
he actually was leaving
before the,
as I was pulling in at 3 o'clock.
So I can at least get the points.
He was going to go play that big tournament across town.
Oh, I didn't know there was one going on.
I think Shuffle's got a $130 tournament, multi-flight, big guarantee.
Right.
That was her last time.
Dusty, Ace Queen. Eric, you like to play tournaments at all?
I don't have enough time to dedicate to tournaments, so I don't play as much as I used to at all. But when I do, it's usually to jump in and prop up a cash game when there's 3 or 4 players that want to play, but they don't want to play short-handed.
Right.
But yeah, I do. I started in as a tournament player because, funny story, in Minnesota, we do not have no limit. It's not legal. It's $100 max bet, so the only time you can play no limit in a casino is when you're playing a tournament. So we thought, 20 years ago that cash games were 3-6 or 4-8 or whatever, a limit structure, but no limit was a tournament. We didn't realize you could play no limit as a cash game when we first started. So that was fun.
When was that?
20 years ago.
Wow.
Moneymaker era.
Because I guess limit was still popular back then, right?
Well, Minnesota does not have it's not legal to play over a $100 maximum bet.
Is that how that works? I've seen certain places, what do they call those?
Spread limit.
Remember. Spread limit, yeah.
Yeah.
Where some of it's like 200 or 300 in certain games.
Yep. And ours in South Dakota, I think it's 500, which is basically a no limit game. For the most part, if you're playing a 1-2, a $500 max bet is basically no limit.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because
for the
it's
stack sizes.
pretty hard to get more in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it could happen.
You know, if you're going to call off 500, you've got 8, you're going to just raise 300 more, or you're going to get another turn or whatever. Colorado used to be a $100 max bet. They changed it in, I think, 2020 when they opened up after the pandemic shut everybody down. When they opened up, I believe they went to no limit.
Mike folded King Queen would have made the nuts.
Levi says Gator Skinny in the chat.
Yeah, that's my brother Levi. Lives in Pennsylvania. What's going on, Levi? Why don't you fly out to Texas and hop in this game?
Is he a player?
He actually doesn't play poker that much. I've tried to convince him though.
I folded.
My other brother plays more poker. I don't think I've seen him in the chat too often.
Well, these guys are coming to play. They are reloading. And remember when I said that the $500 max buy-in crowd is typically not a 5-bullet crowd? They are pretty wrong.
Yeah, they are. Levi, hope things are doing well. You're probably out there betting sports.
So Pennsylvania, it's cold up there, right? Snowy still?
It's probably snowed the other day. He's in part of Pennsylvania that is not too far from me where I lived in West Virginia. I mean, practically neighbors. Maybe an hour and a half away. Get in the chat, get in the game, Levi. Levi, you need to start playing some poker. Looks like we have a new player, Eric.
Yes, right there in the 5 seat. He won my first flush frenzy like 3 weeks ago for $1,000. His name is Tao.
You know what? I'm stupid. My brother lives in Maryland. He's from Pennsylvania. I forgot. He does live in Maryland.
That's fun. I had a tournament at Maryland Live years ago, 2017 maybe, 2018. $1,000 buy-in tournament upstairs. That's a beautiful, beautiful card room.
Where was that again?
She's out of the hands. So
Maryland Live.
Oh yeah, I used to play there a ton.
Yeah, they have like 20 tables upstairs and 20 tables downstairs.
Yep, I was there I played there when it first opened, and I actually lived like 7 minutes from there for quite a while. So you're familiar with there as well.
It's funny, everybody has clubs and spades.
Yeah, and the board is 2 spades and 1 club, and JP with the best of it with the ace of clubs. And Sewell gonna call the gutter backdoor nut spade draw. How about jack of spades on turn?
That'd be fun.
Right.
And then
basically has to put $50 in the pot. 50 of that, 25 of that goes to the dealer, 25%.
they're explaining him to the Nick game.
Yeah. It's like playing a 7 deuce game, but with juice on it. Yeah.
Now, honestly, it's not fair to him because half the field is already out.
Yeah, and he's coming into it.
I mean, I hope he wins a hand just so he doesn't have to pay it.
Maybe they should get an option to play it or not to play it would be more fair.
Right.
I really don't know the answer.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
Maybe an option would be, I don't know, because then half the table's going to be like, oh, but we've been playing it, and the other half's going to be, it's just there's a lot of conflict of interest, I believe.
Now, the only thing is, if he doesn't play it, he doesn't get to play in that first hand back. And JP's going to show and get rid of his knit button. Show it! Oh!
I was waiting on it.
Mike was waiting for him to not show. The rule is, technicality, you do not show. You do not get rid of the knit button. That was fun. Here's a question I posed on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. Let's say you're playing the knit game, right? And and you go broke
Uh-huh.
and you don't buy back in,
Oh, yeah, it's Thain.
Thain.
do you
Oh, $50.
still pay the bounty?
In my opinion, you should pay it. You should have to pay
Right.
it.
Yeah,
That
you
was
gotta
the
keep it.
overwhelming response that people gave me on
Oh, now
Facebook
he can
is
remember to put it
if
Now we get to
you
wait a while
Man,
before we
Thain,
get
was he
back.
the first one? Thain,
oh,
was
and Thain lost
Yeah.
Thain lost it, so they did not make him play.
I
Which is
personally
so
had it
play, yeah.
happen
8 o'clock.
when I was on stream, and I was the last one with the knit button,
25.
and the other guy against me was with the knit button, and he went broke to me, and then he didn't rebuy and he didn't have to pay it. But if he would have won the hand, I would have had to pay it. So how's it fair?
yeah. What happened there? No, just nobody got paid. That guy just left, and
That
it
guy
was-
just left.
I don't love that at all.
I don't either. And and being that I've been victim to it,
Yep.
I personally think you shouldn't sign up for a side game that you can't pay.
I agree.
So that's my opinion. If there could be an exception that says, hey, if I go bust, I can't pay. Okay, then you shouldn't be a part of the knit game then, in my opinion. But then it
Right.
doesn't make it fair to the other players. So I think most fair is you have to pay, and if you bust and you can't pay it, well then figure out how to pay it.
I agree.
So I think that's the most fair way to go about it, because it is quite unfair for the other players participating.
And that was the general consensus when I posted this on Facebook. I think the majority of them said, yeah, you have to pay it even if you go broke.
Depending how much you bet.
Yeah, I couldn't see the other side of that at all. I'm really one-sided on this one.
Right.
And
What's
if
the
it was
deal?
like,
Well, you're broke. Now, and let's say they just started the knit game. Like when it's down to players 8 and 9, it's pretty obvious. But let's say you're the third person out and there's 6 players still left in it. Then do you pay? And the answer is still yes, because you're not gonna win a hand if you're not playing, so you lose. So,
well, what would you do in a situation of if somebody's playing from behind and they lose the chips in front of them, and all of a sudden they don't have the money to pay for the money behind? I've seen it happen one time.
oh right.
First hand, All right.
And
Like,
then there's an argument there.
Yeah.
So to me, it would look
500.
like to me it's like he's playing with money behind him that he can't pay,
That makes sense.
right?
You're hoping to flop an ace. I flop an ace.
So-
What am I supposed
They
to
can
do?
sell jewelry.
No. Put the general-
Maybe this is a good answer, Eric. If you're playing the knit game, everybody should post their bounty
Them cards ain't even shuffled.
out on the side from their stack
Immediately.
immediately.
Everybody
So
put
if they
$50 in the pot. When you, what you could do, everybody $50 to the dealer. So that's
Yeah.
out of play. When
Right.
you trade your knit button in, you get your $50 back.
you get your money back, that way there's no way you can cheat the system.
Yep.
I think that's the way it should happen. That makes the most sense to me.
That
Is
does
post
make-
it now, and you get it returned to you when you turn your button in.
It's yeah.
I think we just came up with the answer.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a downside to doing that, and the only downside is you don't have that money in play, but if you want to, you can top off.
Well, what do you think about if they just have to pull it out of their pocket
I didn't
then?
want those cards.
And
Yeah, you
then
can do that.
you could do that, right?
Oh,
Misdeal. Miss Jackie's first hand in the box is a misdeal. I don't know what happened here.
Uh-oh.
I got you.
So
I'm tired of this lady.
I think she probably didn't see where the button was or something. I'm not sure. So Jackie and Minnesota Mike are running this whole stream. They're locked in. They do not go onto the floor at all while we're streaming. For the last 90 minutes has been in the room behind them, running Action Tracker. Every
Right.
call, every fold, every raise, every hand, she's typing in what's going on. Now she just traded with Mike, and they're both fabulous. I'm lucky to have them.
Yeah, they're definitely both very good dealers.
What
Very
do you think
nice.
about Jackie's haircut?
I love
loved her-
Jackie's hair, man.
I loved her dreadlock, but she said that she normally looks like this with the.
I only met her with her hair this way, to be fair.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and I think she's beautiful.
Definitely.
She
can
has
pull it off.
she has great confidence, and she looks really good. I wouldn't want to see her hair a different way, to be honest. So I think she looks great.
Chris Larkin says you prepay the knit tax from your MERS. I think that was a direct shot at you.
We get that.
But yeah, I agree.
I think for the knit tax you should have to prepay from your MERS or your pocket,
I like it.
or your neighbor's pocket, somebody's pocket.
Somebody should be paying.
Somebody's got to pay it.
I thought you were bringing
Good flop
beer
for
back.
Tao.
Boy.
Is it, how do you pronounce that? Is it
I know
Tao?
you're not.
Tao?
I still can.
You know,
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Okay,
I wouldn't
I'm
want.
gonna call him
I don't want to
TD.
butcher the man's name
Two more
either.
reps.
right. I know him as
Thought he was
TD,
bringing me glass.
like tournament
I
director,
guess
but
they're short on
it's
glass.
Tao Do, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, which I probably am not.
If I were to guess, I'm gonna go with Tao.
Tao. I like that.
If I were to guess, I think that's where I would go with it. Chris, if you keep winning like you do, you'll be able to have your own MERS.
Bring me glass.
It's all right. Blue's okay. Yeah.
Oh, and then Thain just hits it. He has top pair and he turns it into two pair.
Oh yeah, Thain has a queen 8. And Tao, did he shove 909 with the two
Yeah.
nines?
That's crazy.
Oh, Thain only had 244. It makes sense. So Thain had less than 900, but had me a little bit shocked for the
Not going to sell them glass
price for a
red.
second. There's one thing I learned about being on the streams. You are going to get trolled sometimes.
Oh, for sure. It's fun.
I've gotten trolled so many times when I was in the booth. Like some guy was trolling me a couple weeks ago. I had no idea who it was. And I still don't know who it was.
See, you don't have an invite.
I even texted some of my friends and said, "Was you trolling me?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Who was this?"
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like a mystery.
I
Still a
only
mystery
have,
to me.
I only have like one real troll and I haven't talked to him in 6 months or more. But he used to jump in the chat and talk trash, and so I'd have to block him.
That bad?
Yeah, I mean he was a cancer.
I don't mind if somebody trolls me, but there's a point between trolling and them being abusive.
Yeah, this guy was unhinged.
Right, yeah, that. You know, there's friendly banter, and then there's
And I
just
love
like being personal. You know,
I love the friendly banter.
yeah, the good fun is where it's at, but when people take it personal and like really try to, you know, make you feel a certain way, it's no longer fun. I don't try to take anything personal.
No, I have very thick skin. You're gonna have to try to insult me.
Right, yeah. I got pretty thick skin, but you know, every once in a while somebody has a bad day, so, you know.
Yeah. JP hits the top of this with the king deuce. He called $20 pre-flop from middle position. I don't love that call, but it worked out for him.
Well, he does hit top pair, deal king
What do you-
Dewey.
What do you think about the donk bet?
You know, I didn't catch who raised it pre-flop.
Crissy did. Crissy made it 20, and he called, and then he just leads out.
You know, most players play in flow of the action.
See what I'm doing?
But maybe JP knows something I don't, because I'm sitting here commentating and he's sitting in seat 1.
The reason I asked specifically is because of that Jack 10 Jack Jack hand on a Jack 10 deuce.
Uh-huh.
And when my opponent raised me, I led out, and somebody in the chat said, "Why would you donk bet?" And I said, well, because I was like 100% sure he had aces when he raised me, and I was going to get his whole stack. So I
Right.
wanted to get as much money in as quickly as I could.
And
Unfortunately, he had jacks instead of
he
ace.
unfortunately had jacks.
But
yeah, I just think that you got very unlucky to get that board.
yeah, and especially our first hand.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Wow, this is how this week is going to go.
Right. It happens, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just some hands you're not going to get away from. Yes, Chris, you're right. Gators are known for thick skin, but you can still skin them. Don't forget that part.
Oh, speaking of gator skins, have you seen Mike Sewell's boot?
Oh, absolutely, because he sent me a text,
Did he
showed
send
me
you-
his boots,
He's got some new gator skin boots he was
and
excited
I
about.
wanted to know if they were for me, but they were for him. Wah wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
So Dusty here flopping the gut shot, and JP with the open ender, and
Nailed
JP
it.
hits it. The 9 would have been a more interesting card to see, but JP does hit it. But Dusty does
He got the
have.
flush draw. That was a
Jack-high
very
flush draw
interesting
now.
card.
Yeah, so this is also an interesting card as
You
well.
can get a 9 or a club. JP checks it.
40.
Chris, you
Dusty.
think you could cook up some alligator tail sometime? Like seriously, I've only had it once in my life.
Dusty bets $40 into a $29 pot and gets there on the river. Runner clubs. He will.
Oh wow! Now Dusty gets here at the clubs. It's very interesting. I think JP's going to lead out.
Yeah, you
Dusty's
can't
going
put
to
on
raise,
runner.
obviously. Dusty's definitely going to put in a raise. He didn't call a turn not to raise river, right?
Huh? No, I said 50, not 30.
I think Dusty's going to make it 150, 200.
Whatever y'all want to do. No, I didn't say, but I can call.
Oh wow! So looks like there's a little bit of a discretion there.
Yeah, I think JP showed his hand and Dusty raised. JP didn't know he raised, and he threw out. He showed his cards, and
I know, but I'm
Dusty's
asking
like,
for the-
"Well, what do you want to do?"
frenzy.
I mean,
Dusty's on the board with the
we'll.
club.
I'll call then. Whatever you want to do.
Chris, bring me some deep fried alligator tail.
Oh man,
Not too spicy, but a nice little.
let's get some Cajun gumbo.
I've never had Cajun gumbo.
Oh my goodness, I'm so hungry for Cajun gumbo right now.
Are you into like the whole like broil and stuff?
Oh, I love the broil.
I've never ate Cajun food. I've had alligator tail one time in my life, and that's probably about as Cajun as it got for me.
There is a place over by. I'm
Dusty got a
hold on a
club
second, let me
flush.
find it. I think it's called like the Cajun Frog or something like that.
I don't know if I'd go with the frog. Yeah, I'm getting hungry too.
All of a sudden I'm like, oh dang, I want to go eat.
Right.
We're gonna leave these guys alone and go eat.
Hey, look at this. Dealer has 21. King 9 deuce board. Mac, Jack 3. JP King 3. Dusty with the Queen 7. Turn 9. Not helping anyone here. Looks like somebody sneezes at this one's probably going to win it. And Javier is that guy to do it. Oh, I'm sorry. JP had a king. I didn't even realize. And he folded. Javier takes down ace high.
Let's go.
Last time I was like king 3 and come out on the flop, king 3, and but it's like
Razoo, that's what I'm thinking of.
What is that?
RAZZOO. It's a Cajun restaurant over at Las Colinas.
Okay.
RAZZOO. Yeah, that's a good place. I've been there. There's a little line of like Twin Peaks and Chili's, and this place is in there. I've been there. It's a good place to eat some Cajun food. Larkin's hungry again.
too.
Mike looks like the guy from Trailer Park Boys asking
Which
for
one? Which one,
Um,
William?
if he takes his shirt off, if that's who you're thinking of,
I don't know.
or
Is
he's
he
probably,
referring? He's not referring to Randy.
no, not Randy. He's thinking, and that's what I said as a joke, but he's thinking of the one who swears all the time.
The one that cusses all the time?
Yeah. What is his name?
They all cuss.
I know, but the one who's like, I can't talk. This is how I talk. I can't talk without swearing.
Oh, you're talking about Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky.
I watched every episode of Trailer Park Boys,
I
and I used to know it super well, but I'm a little bit off.
Papa Do's is good too. Yeah, it's been a while.
I've been there
haven't
once.
watched it. Yeah, I love Ricky.
And look at Tao with the set of fours.
Oh,
Actually, I'm sorry, not set of fours. Full house. He flopped the full house.
Yeah.
In 4, 10, 10,
JP can beat him with a 10 or a 9.
JP with the 2 9s.
Oh, he folds.
Does fold. And who is giving me the thumbs down?
So what happens is, this is really cool software where it's got the AI built into it. So if somebody like gives a thumbs up, like fireworks explode in the background, and if somebody gives a thumbs down, or if they frown, it'll give a thumbs down on the thing. It has nothing to do with anybody in the chat or anything.
Oh, really? If they frown.
Yeah, because I saw that, I was like, what is this? When fireworks went off, and I realized we had our first $50,000 guarantee tournament, and they got down to like 5-handed, and they chopped it. And I said, all right, guys, everybody agrees to this. I need a thumbs up. And the one guy gives 2 thumbs up, and fireworks went off behind him in the overlay. It was really cool. I'm like, what did you guys do? Because I thought the commentators did it, and I was like, that was really cool. How did you do that? And they went, no, we thought you did something. And then I realized it was just in the software. When it recognizes 2 thumbs up, it does fireworks in the background. And if it does, yeah, it was kind of cool.
Papa Do's. I went to Papa Do's one time and had steak dinner there.
I
Didn't pick
can't
up any
afford
seafood.
I like Papa Do's seafood. I went to their steak place, and
I had their steak, yeah.
lucky for me, it was closed because they were expensive.
They're not cheap. Yeah.
I went in there like I was going to eat something, and I was like, "Oh, we're not closed. We're not open yet." And I was like, "Okay, I'll come back." And I saw their menu, and I went, "I'm not coming back."
Yeah, they're not cheap.
$100 a plate, and you don't even get to play with the Mercat or something.
Me and my friend went there. We spent like $900 between 2 of us.
Yeah. See,
I don't even know what I got.
I don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, well, some of it was alcohol, and I think we were Wagyu too, but Wagyu's overrated.
Crissy flopped 3 7s. What you need to do, I'll cook up some steak in my backyard, bring the baby over, and go swimming.
I'm
in the hot tub. I love it.
I like a good old grilled up steak.
I love grilling steaks.
Get some, you ever grill corn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, grill some corn up, grill some steaks, make some homemade rolls.
Oh, now I'm so hungry.
Me too. I'd love to come over and let you chef it up.
Let's do that. Let's make it.
Yeah.
Just say it's 875.
It'll be fun.
Kidding me?
Get in the pool. You got a hot tub too?
Yes, sir. I sit in the hot tub most nights.
Cigars and hot tub?
Yep. Well, my wife hates the cigar smoke, so the only time I can smoke is when I'm by myself in the hot tub and everything just washes away.
Right.
I mean, we were going to go have some cigars, but she was with, and so that kind of,
875.
Ruined that plan. That bromance we had going on.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, let's do this. Steak and cigars. Oh, well, I guess steaks. But yeah.
My wife would smoke some of the cigar with me sometimes.
Does she? Nice.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's interesting hand brewing here. JP 3-bet to 75, 10-9 of spades. Or I'm sorry, Mac did with the 8-3 of clubs. The Octo Crab. And JP called with the 10-9 of spades. And looks like Dusty's in there to Jack 9 diamonds.
This
Call
is
the Jack,
so out
Jack
of character for Mac.
But I like it. It's interesting.
I love it. I wonder if he's thinking, man, everybody's watching me. I better change it up.
I'm gonna call the Jack 9 suited the Larkin hand. That's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna name that.
The dude maestro.
Yeah, that's the new name for that hand.
Mac flops. He raises. How
No.
does he do this? He raises and then hits 3 threes on the flop. Dusty rips it in for almost $600 with a suited Jack 9 flush draw.
Oh man,
I mean, JP,
Mac
like,
flopped 3 threes. I told you, like Mac
how
doesn't
does he
miss.
raise and then just flop trip threes?
because he's Mac.
He is Mac.
He's gonna get the 8 of diamonds on the turn.
I think they said run it once.
4 clubs. Mac usually runs it once, right?
Oh, he does get the diamond.
Oh, ouch. Wait a minute.
Wait. He showed two
Dusty
jacks.
showed 2 jacks.
Oh,
Mac-
that was a misprint
Mac
on the
should
board.
win this one.
Ah,
No, you didn't.
no, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I thought
did.
Dusty had Jack 9 of diamonds.
Down there.
That's what the
But he
overlay says.
Looked like he had 2 jacks when he flipped
Yep.
it over. And it
He
looks
flipped
like
over
that's
2
what it
jacks and
is.
He got trips. Yeah, he got me.
Your wife's boyfriend said, "Tell your wife I said hi." I'll let her know. What's your name so I can make sure I get it right.
Have we got a seat open?
No, you don't.
That was a crazy.
Oh, never mind. No, we don't.
No, you don't.
Chris, you know, it should be Jack 9, not 9-9 or 9-8. It should be Jack 9 suited now.
Mike Sewell said, looks like we got a seat open and doesn't. No, you don't.
Oh, but I mean,
Just called. Should have called
So
it down.
how did
Should've called
Mike
it down.
Sewell
Hell, he's been on.
get
Yeah,
his own
yeah, I raised it.
show
Yeah, I raised
at
it.
Poker House in Fort Worth?
So, because he was so fun. Mike, I'm a big fan of Mike Sewell. He was one of the first people I met when we started coming down here in November. He
Okay.
won my very first tournament,
Mac, you're back.
and he's just such a fun guy that I invited him onto the stream, and it was a big stream. You were there at that one.
Yeah, I was there.
He's just such a great guy.
Mac.
And having a stream for all of my players to come down, it's like I said, hour and a half, 2 hour drive for them. And it's hard for you guys to make it down here.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you guys come down here, it's just you guys playing by yourself, and you don't come for any other reason. And so I thought, you know what? Let me get Mike in here, who knows all these players. He comes in all the time, and let him get a smaller game for the locals. And so he's been doing that for the last 3 weeks.
That's great, man, and it seems like he gets a pretty good turnover. So,
Yeah.
I think Mike is definitely good. I think it was a good move, and the first time I met him, we just hit it off and had a lot of fun. Your wife's boyfriend, does she have more than one boyfriend? Obviously, I mean, who else do you think pays my bills? I mean, it sure ain't gonna be me. So, I need you to cough up some of that money. Leaf Morgan, this is in Burleson, Texas. It's a suburb of Fort Worth, right?
Yep, just south of Fort Worth.
Yeah,
Poker House,
so
Fort Worth.
nice little shopping center. I've been there multiple times, and it's a little bit of a drive for me, but I enjoy the drive because I like driving my cars. So I'm not going to complain. And being there and playing, it's always a lot of fun. So nice. Eric runs a good crew, runs a good room, and I couldn't be happier to be there.
Speaking of driving, you see my post Wednesday? I did not know they enforced speed limits on I-35.
I didn't know they enforced it in Texas.
I got pulled over, and when the lights came on, I moved out of the way thinking he needed to pass, and then he followed me. So I moved out of the way again, and he followed me again. And I went, "Oh, I'm in trouble." Okay. So
That's a bummer.
that's how that went. Cal flops 2 pair.
Lil Dicky just flops a 5. Same with the Jack 8 for the gutter.
Mac got
Mac,
top pair with a king
Top
kicker.
pair.
Leads out for 30,
How can you beat a man that 3-bets with Octocrab and flops 3 threes?
and then flops it.
Yeah, he's Mac attack.
Yeah, and that is not a board that 2 jacks is afraid of. So I don't blame Dusty for ripping
That's
it in.
true. And Tao here is going to raise with the queen 5, and Mac just with top pair.
And we said this was
Looks like a lot more money went in here than $80 from what I'm seeing.
First hand, all it is.
That's black chips, right? Yeah, it's all in. Yeah, Mac raised all in. Thought I was seeing things for a second. Uh-oh, Mac's picking up decent outs on the turn.
Yeah.
9-10, Jack, Queen.
Oh.
Doesn't get there.
Yeah, he could have counterfeited him with a 10.
Jack would have made him straight.
Hey,
Really
Luke.
counterfeit him 10-9.
10-9,
king.
He just made another $716 add to his deck, $1,400 pot.
Right.
So, William says there's a Razoo in Burleson. Yes, there is. It's 1 mile away from me. 135 West Ellison Street.
Yep. Yep.
I've never ate there, so that's just a chain, I
Yeah,
assume.
it's kind of like a I don't know. I want to compare it to like an Applebee's, but with Asian food. A lot
Right,
of fried
yeah.
food. A lot of fried food.
Good pair, though.
Quick, we forget.
Don't let that shit burn. You should say one more time, man. I give you all day.
Where are you from, Leaf?
Jack Lee. Yeah, think like it. It's too late.
Maybe Canada.
Maybe Canada.
Just a guess.
Not a lot of Leafs down here in Texas.
No?
A lot of them up in the Scandinavian, Minnesota, where I'm from. Oh, this is going to be a spicy hand. 5-5, Ace Jack, Deuce Deuce.
JP with the King Queen. Mike Stoll said, I'm folding
4-4.
9-5. Crissy with 4-4. Lil Dicky Queen 10. Let's get rid of it. Tao gets
Three
rid of
pairs.
King 7.
2s, 4s, 5s, King Queen, and Ace Jack. Talk about board coverage.
Texas heads up. Let's see what happens on the flop.
Trey, 8.
That's a Mac flop. Off the crap
Go
flop.
ahead.
Eric, what's your favorite nicknamed hand? Just for fun.
Oh. So.
Javier wakes up.
The most common hand, like when you're playing in a recreational, obviously new player who wants to look cool, says, "Oh, I've got a named hand." They mean 10 deuce for like
10 deuce.
9 out of 10 times they have a 10 deuce, and they
have a
know
10 deuce.
they want to show everybody how cool they are, that they know what the Doyle Brunson is. The one hand that I didn't understand and never got a satisfactory answer was the computer hand. The Queen
Man.
7.
Queen 7.
And they said, well, because that's statistically the best hand. And I'm like, no, it's not. Queen, you can't make a straight with it. I mean, no, it's not. But the one answer that made the most sense is if you put all 52 cards across the top and all 52 cards across the bottom like a grid, the very middle is the Queen 7, is like the middle hand. And I went, oh, okay, that I guess makes sense, but I don't know.
I was talking about
Like the two hand, like all the different combinations you get. The Queen 7 is the very middle, so they call it the computer hand. I never did get a satisfactory answer, and I don't know if that's accurate or somebody just made that up. But that's the one that confused me the most. Dolly Parton, 9-5. Statistically dead center of the equity chart is what Dude Maestro said. Oh, he heard the same thing I heard.
I think it's because they put it in a simulator and found that random hands Queen through 7 won roughly 50% of the time and lost 50% of the time, considered it the median starting.
I don't know.
But what if you don't look at equity charts? Because I don't.
I don't look at any charts.
So, yeah, that hand always confused me too. But people come up with really funny names for stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what the Wayne Gretzky is?
You know what? I don't know much about
9?
hockey. I don't know his number. It's 9-9.
9-9.
I always referred 9-9 as Phil Hellmuth.
Oh, right. Yep.
Because that's what he won the main event with.
Yeah,
the 2 black 9s. And I didn't know Wayne Gretzky's jersey number.
Wayne Gretzky's the GOAT.
Even though I know he was like the greatest hockey player.
Yeah.
I think we should all start playing Queen 7 and seeing how it works out.
Statistically, I don't like my chances. I think we should all play Jack 9 and see how it works out. I like Jack 9 on this board right now.
I like Jack 9 of hearts on this
in bad
board
shape.
too.
He needs exactly a 5, and he calls. 25 to call, and Dusty said, "Well, what if a 5 comes out?" 6
What about the 6 of hearts and he
liners.
bluffs at it? Let's see if Dusty pulls off a bluff here. But he
He's
doesn't.
got
He
the
checks.
7 high flush. Dusty's got the 5 high flush. Neither one of them is too excited. I think he's just going to check it down for showdown value.
Quad 5s almost.
Almost quad 5.
I hear you, James. You know I had to play them.
There's a lot of shit out there. Yeah, there was. Just that 4th one came.
A lot of stuff out there. Aggression frequency.
How much did he get?
Now, this is skewed because Tao in the 5 seat has only played 12 hands.
Right.
The rest of the players have played 39 hands. So he's at 77 out of the 12 hands he's played. So that's a loud card distribution. But still, Thain, 44% aggression frequency. This is a very aggressive table. The short got 44%. Everybody else is, Sewell and Dusty. Sewell's the second lowest with 50%. Everybody else, Dusty's 55, and everybody else is in the 60s. This is
Well, you can't tell me a table's not aggressive when you have a gentleman raising with 8 tray. And not only did he raise with it, he got there.
Yeah, gets paid off.
It's always nice to raise with that and get there.
Ooh, Crissy had to fold the ace-10 suited.
And JP in there, the 2 snowmen, and Tao in there, Jack 10 off. Dusty King do some hearts. JP.
Dusty's already got the club flush. He needs to add these hearts to his repertoire.
Queen 5 tray doesn't really do anything, but JP, the 2 8s, doesn't have the worst flop ever for his hand.
Thank you. That calls. Small enough bet that he's going to peel.
Yeah, I like his hand.
Yeah.
8. All right, 6.
6 is a good card for him. It's going to go check, check. Ooh, Tao's not checking. Tao,
No, he's representing that queen.
112 in the pot. He's going to make it 65. I like it. Half the pot.
JP doesn't like it.
No. He's like, are you on a flush draw? What do you do for JP? Do you just float one more time?
JP's not a believer, man. He said, hey, listen, I think I got the best hand, so I like what he's doing. Well, if JP wasn't already beat, he shouldn't be beat by now, so.
And he actually is. And it goes check, check.
Yeah, and Tao catches up with the Jack 10. So
he's like, I bluffed till I got there, and then he checks.
I mean, you would think that if Tao was betting a lot of time, he could have a hand like Ace 10, 10 of diamonds, and could catch up there, or a hand like Queen 10. So I liked JP's chances.
Yeah, for sure. Randy says the catch in Burleson is pretty good as well. If you haven't tried it, off 174. I have not tried it.
I have an 8 in one place in Burleson.
When we first moved here in October, November, before we started running games every day, we went to a lot of different good venues in this area. All right, we are entering our final hour of the stream, and the nip buttons are back in play.
Now everybody's gonna be playing shit.
So if you show your card, you can throw this card.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric, I was gonna.
You have to win.
What, do you know a good place to get crab legs?
You know, like when you win, you don't have to show your cards.
So the blue crab
No.
on 183.
Keep the button.
Yeah, I know the blue crab.
I've been
Never
there
been there though.
a couple of times. I really like their boil, their bag that we were talking about. Yeah, I like that. I haven't been there for a long time because my wife doesn't like seafood, so that means I don't get to eat seafood.
I just like crabs and shrimp. That's really where I'm at with it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Javier with 2 kings.
How much? 32.
Makes it 32 to go.
Sewell, Queen
Sewell
9.
calls with a Queen 9.
There we go. They'll take it the ace tray of spades.
I don't hate it. Now he's getting 4 to 1 on his money with these other guys. Now Dusty's going to come in with suited Queen 7. The computer hand. Let's see. Oh, he didn't
The
come in.
computer hand that we talked about.
Yep.
But looks like it's just going to be 2 kings versus Queen 9.
Yeah.
Can we get a Queen 9 4 board?
But
Can we
Sewell
get
didn't
something
the
like that?
pot odds like he thought he was going to get. He thought 5 people were going to call. He's heads up with a Queen high.
And he's in rough shape on this board.
Yeah, very bad. It's a snap fold.
Yeah, I could just see Javier just betting and Mike folding, but
Yep.
I've seen Stranger Things, so
Yeah, he's got backdoor straight, and that's about it.
yeah, I mean, I don't blame Mike for not trying to get too crafty
No.
there.
Let's play a game. This is hand 41. What will the size of the pot be by 45? And after that, I've got a second game we're going to play. Actually, ignore that. We're not going to play that game first. First of all, who's going to lose the knit game?
How many buttons are left?
All of them except for Javier just lost his.
I'm good.
Okay, who's gonna lose the knit game? I'm gonna throw a random dart here, so don't get mad. whoever the dart lands on. I'm gonna go with. Let me look at the lineup for a second.
All right, gentlemen. I'm going to give you an hour of free time to whoever wins. And
I'm gonna go with Dusty loses the knit game.
okay, so now part 2, what hand will it be done on? So if somebody else says Dusty and you say hand 50 and they say hand 53 and they're closer, they're going to win. So who's going to lose and what hand will the game be done at?
So let's see where we're at. We're on hand 42. I'm gonna go.
It's going to be over 50 because we've got to lose it 8 more times.
Let's go with hand. I'm just gonna go. Just throw another dart here. Hand 57.
That's a good guess. Dusty 57. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to go Gator.
That's nothing personal. I just threw 2 darts. So
57, hand 57. I just typed that in for you.
so Dickie got out of it. Oh, I like that answer, Eric. I think that's a pretty good throw.
And I'm back. Big boy. Who won?
Free to guess, guys.
Ace 10, finally.
Yeah.
I didn't lose my whole stack with it.
Our sound is a lot better this week.
Ace 10
We had a really bad buzz that I think was problems with the microphone not being clipped onto the player. They were like resting on the rail, and there was some feedback. Sewell makes it 12 and everybody just folds. He goes, well, I got the ace 6 and I got rid of my knit button.
There, another one bites the dust.
That was the easiest knit button to ever be gotten rid of. Now Thain has hearts and diamonds. I'm just looking at this chart. Pat has hearts. TD has diamonds. Reese has spades. Brad has diamonds. Mac has diamonds. Mike has hearts, and Dusty has clubs.
Oh, he made it.
Lil Dicky, Queen 8.
Boy, you missed my big hand.
Is that like a reference to Lil Dicky the rapper, I guess?
I don't know of a rapper named Little Dicky,
That was it.
and I'm not sure. I don't know any rap. I mean,
There's
I don't know any pop culture.
Lil Dicky. I'm pretty sure that's the reference. He is a pretty funny comedian out of Pennsylvania, and did a lot of rap stuff.
All right.
And if I think back, like, this guy was good. Like he would do a lot of like really fast stuff, like off top of his head on YouTube and stuff. So Lil Dicky was very interesting. If it's the same guy, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's the reference because his hair's the same and beard, they look similar.
That's funny. Crissy makes a 45 to a queen 10. Mac comes along with a 6-7. Flops a gut shot. Crissy has top pair.
Mac with the gut
35
shot.
snap call. Needs an 8. We can see that one of the 8s is folded, so he only has 3 real outs.
Right. Crissy.
So it says 11%. It's closer to 8 because we know that the 8 of clubs has been folded. $100. Oh, no! Wow! I don't love that, Mac.
The cup is right here and he's pouring over here. I'm like, whoa.
Until that 8 of diamonds hit down the river.
Whole shot on the
Jack
bar.
of diamonds.
Jack of diamonds.
It's like, oh yeah. I'm like, he's like, oh man, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's all right, man. I'll pour it next time.
371. She checks. I think she's in check call mode. Mac's gonna have to try to bluff at it. Oh,
He's gonna bet 400.
$400. Oh,
This is tough to play against. But
She does call.
She does make the call.
good call, Crissy. Good call, Crissy. That was not easy. The catch has crab legs, gator tail, crawfish when in season. I definitely recommend. That's great, Randy. We're gonna do that next time.
Yeah, that does sound good, Randy.
Taking it like this.
So Thain, hand 58 was Dude Maestro's guess. Nobody else wants to guess?
True that.
They're just giving us a free win.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take the hour.
I haven't even had a pocket there.
Well, Chris did guess.
I haven't.
Yeah, he said Thain, hand 58.
Yeah. Where are we at with it right now? So Crissy lost hers.
Crissy lost hers. Little Dicky lost his. You can see next to their name if it shows a little figure, they still have it. So like, see Tao there? He's got a little figure next to his name.
Oh, okay. Is that what that's for?
That's what that's for. So he still has the button. So Tao still has it. Dusty still has it. Javier
So
does not have it.
Everybody
Mac
gets a little like
has
stick
it.
person.
Yep.
Oh man, I thought the stick person meant something else a long time ago.
Nope, that's the standing game.
Okay, that makes sense to me now.
Yeah, they call it the standing game.
I thought in the past they were putting the genders beside people or something.
Oh,
I
no.
couldn't figure it out. I was like, what is this?
What does this mean? What is this?
Yeah.
GP bets 15 with middle pair and a flush draw and wins. Gotta show it. Gotta show it.
AP.
He
Oh,
didn't
he doesn't
show it.
show it.
He didn't show it. And we all laughed at him. Sorry.
He turned his mid button in.
Jack gave him so much time to flip that over.
He's got to keep it.
He's got to keep it. Jack gave him so much time to flip that over.
Poor JP.
You know what the cold part about it is?
One thing, that's quiet.
And she was even looking at you, looking at the cards, and she was like trying to help you out.
Yep, yep. James is absolutely correct. He waited and waited and waited.
The important stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Wow. And you didn't say nothing either. You boy.
Everybody got quiet. Nobody wanted to tell him.
No, you can't say
No,
anything.
you're not allowed to.
If you do tell him, let's say James goes, hey, flip over your card, James would inherit his knit button.
Yes.
So everybody got real quiet and watched what happened.
And I can't see Dusty's hand. Thain's hand is deuce deuce.
Dusty's got the
Javier.
TJ.
What stick you have? Ace?
He's got
10?
I'm gonna get you a shirt that says
Yeah.
worst
When it gets to the
player
top,
ever.
it's like a little blocked out for me.
Yep.
That says remember your knit button. For me.
King 9 tray. And JP with the kings and trays. And that's pretty much you hit the board
Yeah,
with
he's
size
just gonna win
touted
the
of
hand.
3. Yeah. Looks like a family
Checks
pot.
around. Yeah. Checks all the way around to JP on the cutoff, who bets 15. Dusty calls with his gut shot, needs a 10.
10 of diamonds would give him some.
5 of diamonds.
Okay, 5 of diamonds. Pick up some outs.
Now he needs a 10 or a diamond.
I'd like to have seen the deuce of diamonds on the turn.
Ooh, that would have been fun. Keep Thain in there.
Yeah, that would have been a
This is Max
interesting
Payne.
card.
What?
Dusty's like, man, my equity went up. How am I going to fold? Thain
Yeah, I
does
mean,
fold the deuces.
a 10 or a diamond and the ace of diamonds makes him nuts.
Oh, boat. King
Oof.
full.
Bad card for
Yeah,
Dusty.
it doesn't matter. Dusty might try bluffing at it with his last $300, but I think he's just going to check fold. Randy, who are you guessing? There, he shows it this time. He shows it this time. Randy guesses hand 66, but who do you think is going to lose? And, you guys are cheating. Every hand you win, you get closer to the answer.
Exactly. Insanity. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? You're just insane.
You know what I'm talking about, man? When I get a decent hand, I got two people in the pot, man. One sees a flop, and then the other told, it's like, come on. Unlike my student colleague right here, he traps whales.
Think you did them bad.
You know what I'm saying? What do you do for a living? Oh, I trap whales. You win. Say too much, but you know what it is.
Yeah.
I know what it is. James knows what it is.
Dusty the ace 9. Thain, Mama and a Papa, the old king queen. And Mac, Jack 5 of clubs, Jackson 5,
Motown.
Motown. Where do we go here? 6 ways to flop? Nine trade deuce. And top bottom 2 pair and Crissy
The
flopping
dirty diaper.
deuce. Is that the dirty diaper?
Yeah, Deuce Trey is the dirty diaper. Dusty's got top pair, top kicker. He's not going anywhere.
Why do they call it the dirty diaper?
It was on WSOP coverage where, some guy called it the dirty diaper from his home game and it got famous that way.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Now I remember. There's
like
too
the
much
lowest,
stuff for me to keep up with.
yeah, it's like the lowest hand you can have. It's the worst thing. It's a dirty diaper.
Oh, and it turns into a boat. That
It turns
actually-
into a big full diaper.
Oh, it's
Dusty might still think he's good. Yeah, he does. He's gonna rip it in for $327. Randy says Dusty was 6'6".
You don't see this on that table.
He goes, I got a 9. You have 2 outs.
Oh my goodness.
Three's
Doesn't
got
get
me
it.
again.
2 boats.
He's got me.
Dusty says,
Three's
got me again.
Throw it in there.
Now here's the deal: if he does not rebuy,
Come back.
he owes
No.
$50.
Seat open.
He's quitting.
Sit down.
He said he's quitting.
Whoever wants to sit down.
It's definitely a full diaper, that's for sure.
We're going to stay where it's safe.
So now this is one of these situations where we have to write down the rules, make sure everybody knows the rules. Let's see what they say. I think they're just going to let him be out of the game.
Yeah. We don't beat people down whenever they.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Mac has one too.
Oh,
Max
yeah.
got one.
So now it's between Thain and Matt. Now, yeah. So now Dusty's a great guy. If he knew that was the rule, he would definitely pay the $50. He just, got beat up 3 times and said, okay, I'm all done.
Right.
So we have to just explain the rules for people that don't know. Javier, ace jack suited. That's a nice hand. Mac, now he's got to play any 2 cards and hope to win to save himself $50. He might lose 500 trying to save 50. Ooh, and Mike Sewell with the ace and queen just limps. That doesn't seem right.
I think he just called the 12, yeah.
Huh. Slow playing, disguising his hand from the hijack. JP top pair gut shot. Crissy double gut needing a 5 or a 9. Javier with no part of it. Mike Sewell with no part of it. Mac with no part of it.
I like Chrissy's hand. She can turn a 9. She can turn a 5.
Yep.
JP in the mix with the gut shot and top pair. Yeah, I guess Mike did have ace queen. It makes sense. Folds. I know sometimes the camera's wrong.
5 gets
5.
there. Chop it up.
So that's the 5 for Crissy to free roll, and that's the 5 for JP. So
Yep.
Crissy can still free roll with the 9.
Javier has 2% to hit that 7 to get a straight on the board. Ooh, 300. JP bets 100. Crissy makes it 300. JP's going, what do I lose to? 7-9?
Yeah, he loses to 7-9, and the rest he chops with. I mean, at the moment at least.
Right.
Crissy obviously free rolling for the 9.
Yep. You can't fold right now, right?
No, definitely not. I think JP's debating if he wants to raise or if he wants to call, and I would assume he's gonna lean towards calling.
Right. I think he calls. And like hopes the diamond doesn't hit. He might want to raise to protect himself from the diamond. Because if he calls 200,
Yeah.
he's only got 400 behind, 375.
Yeah, if he shoves all in, obviously Chrissy's calling. And
Ooh, he's gonna fold. You're not gonna fold, JP.
I don't see it being a fold, but I've seen stranger things.
He's thinking. I like this heartbeat. It's my favorite.
Yeah. And he's cutting out calling chips.
Now, what happens if a diamond hits on the river? Does he just?
Ooh, that wouldn't be too fun for JP. I think if a diamond hits the river, it'll probably go something like check.
Okay, now it's easy game. Chop it up. I mean, yeah, all in.
She said all in.
Yeah, it's only 400. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Chip
JP's
chop.
calling.
Thank God.
He says yes.
Listen,
I thought you had 7-9.
bigger than mine. So
Yep, he was putting her on 7-9.
Have a 9-7. So yeah, that took me a minute to make that call. I was worried about that, to be honest. I wouldn't sweat that if I had $2,000 over there.
Yep, that's he did put her on the 7-9 open ended on the
Because I bet 100
flop.
came over the top with 200, and I would assume that you probably thought I had a straight. I wouldn't bet,
We'll turn up that table mic. Listen to JP explain his turn call. All right. Javier down 464. Mac down almost 300. Thain down 100. Little Dicky down $12. Everybody else up. Tao up 1,400. Crissy up 752. Sewell up 712. JP up 44, posting a modest win so far, with another half hour to go in the stream.
Mac with the 2 6s.
And the knit button. Mac and Thain.
And I got hosed in that game because Dusty
And Dusty just lost. So hey, actually, Dusty did lose.
It's true.
It was beforehand 57 though.
Yeah, by default, I think that he does lose the knit game, right?
Yep. By our rules, he does. Now, I said Tao hand 60, so I'm out of it because Tao won his. So, Dude Maestro, if Thain does lose, I'll give you both an hour because technically Dusty lost. But if Mac wins this, if he pulls off a 6 and Thain loses the knit game.
And Sewell in here at the King 4. So far, we're looking good, Chris.
Yeah.
So far, unless a 6 comes or something silly. Let's see
6
what
or a
happens.
king. 6 or a king or some diamonds.
Come on, free hour. I like winning stuff.
I love free hours.
I like free anything.
There's an ace that's going to slow down Thain.
Yes.
And just so I say that, he grabs a handful of chips.
Yeah, it slowed him down. About 100. And Mac is out of there. And Mike's
gonna fold.
Out of there too.
Mac lost a stand-up game. That means Thain wins. So Dude Maestro did not win. That means Gator gets a free hour.
Let's go!
Whee!
You
Rigged.
guys need to chip in on playing these games. You get a free hour. What's that, $13?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll take a free $13.
For those of you not from Texas, we do not rake the pot. We are a private club, and we make our money not from the poker, but from seat rental. So we charge $13 an hour to sit down, and we let you use our tables, our chips, and our dealers. And we just charge you a seat rental. We do not rake the pot at all. So that's how.
Really, that's the best deal in the country.
Oh, it's such a good deal. When I did the math, I was like, "Holy cow! I'm gonna win more than 2 hands an hour." And the $13, you can buy it in bulk. You can buy 5 hours for $55, brings it down to $11 an hour, or you can buy 10 hours for $100, brings it down to $10 an hour. Most places in the country are raking $5 a hand for the smaller places.
7 usually.
I was gonna say I've seen 6 and 7.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
I
win more than
haven't
2 hands an hour.
I haven't seen a casino raking less than, well, we say the rake is 5 or 6, but then they take the promo money on top of
The
it.
Jack
So
Pete.
I
we
always
don't
consider
do
it
that.
the same. I always consider
Yeah.
it the rake because that's
Exactly.
what
'Cause I don't care where that money's going. It's coming out of my
Right.
pot.
Yeah, it's still going down the drain either way. You're paying for it. So yeah, I mean, if you're playing 1-2 in a casino, and some casinos take rake pre-flop, which
This is all Mike Sewell.
really
yeah.
rough on you.
No more chips.
And Mike
He's got
Sewell.
the worst possible flush he could have. I guess he could have deuce tray.
Yeah, but he still has a flush.
Yep, he does, which is
So,
nuts in this one.
that's
Now,
right.
Little Dicky can counterfeit him with a single lone jack of clubs. I could cheat and look at the flush frenzy board and see if Mike has his clubs up there. But I'm not going to. I want to be surprised like you guys. And he's gonna win. So he's gonna add clubs to his flush. 150.
This might get Dicky in trouble.
Oh!
It does.
Ooh. How confident are you with a 5-high flush right now? With James betting.
Wow, he just
$100.
raises to 550. I guess pretty confident.
Oh, yay!
Hey, Cody.
Clubs.
Get my club flush up there, too.
Yes, sir. Give my clubs.
Sure.
Oh, wow. I think it's also having the WSP main event special.
You ain't never
Yes.
lied about that, man.
Man,
Um,
I'm talking about the lowest possible flush.
you ain't never
Wow.
lied.
wow. Okay, good job. I'm clapping for James for making the $400 bluff. And I'm clapping for Mike for picking it off with a 5-high flush. James adding to his stack another $250.
I didn't put him on a flush. I put him on just trying to buy the pot. And I'm like, all right, I'll spike the pot I wanted on him.
Yeah, he's like, you want to buy it? I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Mike has been known to do that.
Well,
Mike will try you.
Looks like Mike's having a good day
Ooh.
today. So
Yes, sir. He's going to add the hearts to his flush frenzy if he can get it.
and called 2. And he's got the ace-4 hearts this time. Little Dicky with the 8 deuce of clubs.
Max got the Jack 3 of clubs, and JP's got the Ace 4 of diamonds. A lot of suited cards here. That flush frenzy makes people play differently.
You think so?
Yeah, I posted yesterday. I had aces. I raised it to $30 and got 4 callers. And a guy flop comes out deuce deuce 4, and a guy had called me with king deuce of spades and cracked my aces for a $300 pot.
We're gonna need Eddie Bat in the chat to say to tell you to play
Play
better.
better. Play better. Little Dicky calls with a flush draw and ends up with top and bottom pair.
I was already up there.
Yes, he does. And Mike missed this board completely. I miss Eddie Bat, man.
So do I. He's down in Houston working at Champions on their stream.
He had such big energy.
It was so fun.
He
Great
was
guy.
definitely fun to be. Yeah, he really is. Shout out to Eddie Bat. If you're listening, or if you're gonna hear this in the future, shout out Eddie Bat. I mean, he's one of the real ones. I wish he was still here.
He came up for Kim and Hayden's wedding on New Year's Eve. Drove up 4 hours from Houston, attended the wedding, turned around, drove back home. I was like, dude, you're not gonna stay the night. I got a guest room you can stay. And he's like, no, I gotta work tomorrow. I'm like, all right.
What a trooper, man.
They're going 1, 2, 5, 10, and he's trying to convince Tao to go 20. And he
It
did
looks
it.
like he's gonna go 20, right?
Let's go.
Okay, so Chrissy's
There you go.
Now they gotta back up.
No, you can go all the way around.
Thain's going, I'm not playing your game.
I think I remember that.
They do get a little fun at the end of the stream.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
Actually, that was your big hand. That you were on the button with pocket kings when it went 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 40.
It was 1, 3, 6, 18.
Okay.
And then Chris called in the cutoff. I made it 100.
Okay, that's right.
And then Crissy called, and then Chris called, and then that happened.
Yep.
And
Crissy had pocket 10s.
Yeah, and Chris had
Mac
Jack
was in the 9
straight.
feet with the quadruple straddle.
And let me see. Javier with the open ender with the 8-6, yeah. And Mac with the 7-8.
Max just got top pair that he planned on check raising. Oh, and trip 7s.
I tell you, man, Mac is, Mac knows how to make some hands appear.
He does.
So
he's like, all right, I can't check again.
Gets a great card on the turn.
On the button because he can't check raise.
He already had the best hand on the flop.
Yep.
And now he really has the best hand. Gonna push around these straight draws here.
Javier might come along with his open ender. Cal needs a tray.
Tray and a tray only. An ace. Yeah, Chris, that game was playing pretty tight that night. And that was literally the only.
What are you doing? Oh man, Tao needs a tray.
Wow, he's peeling one off.
Well, $30 on. I need a tray. I don't hate Javier, who needs a 4 or a 9.
Oh God, there's a 3.
Oh, Tao's a genius.
It's a 3 of hearts, but I mean, it's still a 3.
Yeah, it puts a flush out there.
That ain't gonna slow him down.
250.
250.
Back. If he's never afraid of the straight, but he might be afraid of the heart, but he's gonna peel it off. And he's just straight. He's like, really? I have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a straight.
Chris, by the way, I was not shaking my head because you had Jack 9. I was shaking my head because you were going to go 15 and 1 on the stream, and I didn't want to go 15 and 1. So don't think that I was upset that you beat me, because I don't get upset about losing.
Yeah, man. I think
Paying off the tray. Corey Week in the chat.
What a bummer. What a bummer card for Mac to get there on the turn with 3 7s and then get a 3 to just beat him on the river. But
You call for $30 needing a 3. That's what 10% looks like, guys. I don't recommend it.
I mean 10%'s allowed.
10% is allowed.
10%'s allowed. Yes, sir. 10% is definitely allowed.
Thain with the ace and the king.
Wrong color, Mac. I said it was the wrong color.
Oh, Chris, you should go back to a stream where RV Phil went all in for 3,000 without looking, and I called with Queen Jack of Diamonds, and another guy named Fwat made it 5,500 with 7 deuce, and on the last hand, and I called, and he hit a deuce, and he beat me and Phil.
Good time.
It was, and and I honestly I wasn't upset at all. I don't get upset about losing money in poker. I think that's
Thain rips it in with ace king. Mac's got no part of this.
Mac can't even beat a bluff. So ace king bluffing with the best hand.
I like bluffing with the best hand.
Me too.
If these cards get turned over, I'm thinking he doesn't have king 8 because He wouldn't wait this long.
Hey, Eric, where's Flot, man?
I haven't seen him
You remember
since
Flot?
Dallas. Oh yeah, fan favorite for sure. Oh, he's gonna. No, all right, then the cards are misread. He doesn't have a king 8 if he's thinking about calling $800.
You think the graphics are wrong?
I think
It'd
he
have
has
to
a
be,
nine.
right?
Yeah,
Whoever wants to play.
Maybe Mac has a hand like 2-8s.
he might have 8-8.
Yeah, maybe he has 8-8. Maybe he has 8-9 even.
Oh, he does fold, so we'll never know.
Why are we going to 9 until 10 this time?
What's that?
Why are we going to 9 until 10?
I mean,
I'm saying until like last time.
yeah, the live stream will end at 9. I'm not saying that we're all going to be done at 9. You know?
Yep.
But the live stream,
They are going to be done. I'm going to turn off the cameras in 5 minutes real time. That gives us another 20 minutes to talk. Dude Maestro says, Chris Tess, you worked at Dallas, bought into a tourney, ripped his stack blind. I had queen in the big blind. You can guess the rest.
He had Jack 9 and 1.
Queen. I actually popped up in my time hop today where I had 10s against 5s against a flush draw on a 5-10 whatever board, and the guy went runner straight accidentally.
Oh, whoops. I think one of the craziest hands I watched was in 2-5 game where this guy straddled all in. You could straddle all in. And this guy straddled all in for 500. And a guy that I know was at the table, and he shoved all in for 900 something with 2 queens. And obviously the straddles all in for 500. Flop comes like queen 4-6, turn ace, river 10. So the guy shoved all in with queens, and the straddler turned over 2 aces.
Let's go.
Like, you know, it's just crazy how stuff can work out.
Crazy
King
game.
7
And
flop
Mac
trips.
just flopped it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes, he did. And
JP's got an open ender.
a couple people have a piece of the board here.
Al's got bottom pair and a gut shot. Little Dickie's got top pair, top kicker. Everybody's got a little something.
Yeah.
Little Dickie lets it go. Top pair, top kicker, lets it go.
JP looking for a jack, and Tao folded a jack, so got less jacks in the hand, and obviously we need a 6 as well.
This
And that's
is gonna
a
make it
bad turn for
Top
JP.
pair and a gut shot. 300 or those quarters?
I think 75.
75 would make more sense. Yep.
Yeah, and did Mac just raise aggressively?
It was aggressive. 500.
Whoa!
Mac
Yeah, it was a little bit aggressive, wasn't it?
And JP's like, man, do I fold now? I'm open-ended with top pair. Do I fold the Mac?
Right.
Let's listen to these guys.
Jiminy Cricket.
JP gets the heartbeat. What do you think he's going to fold, right?
JP's in a tough spot now because he has open ender and he has top pair. And he's like getting raised by Mac to 500. I mean, on paper, JP should fold, but he's not doing it. He's giving Mac a shot. So, you know, JP in bad shape. Yeah.
Doesn't get it.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. And Max can scoop it with 10-6.
Oh, man. Nice hand, man. That's a rough one for JP. He open-ended and then he hit top pair.
Yeah, it was a rough turn for him for sure.
Yeah.
JP. Definitely a rough turn for him.
Max almost up to even now after a couple of rough hands earlier.
He's only down $85. That's practically even.
Yeah.
No, he needs chips.
Some big winners in this game today. Tao up 1,800. Sewell up a nice 1,300. Crissy up 749. I mean, that's a pretty good money for a 1-2 no limit game.
Mac all fired up.
Yep.
Yeah, for it.
No, you're not going to make it shitty guys.
I don't got to use your arms like that tall. I need for that shit.
Ori says, I feel like you have got to fold. They always have it when they raise big.
Do you think that Mike Sewell's going to have a continuous game every week? Is this going to be a thing every Friday?
That is the plan. But I'm going to Austin next week to stream. I just came back from Austin, setting everything up and testing it. Everything looks great. We're going to stream next week in Austin, and we've got some other plans around the DFW area. Lots of good stuff coming up the pipe.
Very cool.
So I'm not positive what we're going to end up doing. I think we're going to stream here Wednesday. If you're interested in coming down Wednesday, it'll be a 6 to 9.
What are you playing?
This same game, I think, like a 1-2 with a 500 match to stack type of thing. I'll talk to Mike after the stream. Post stream, I'll talk to Matt. I'll talk to Mike and see what he thinks and what he wants to do. But the other thing, when I host a 1-2 game, I can find players. When I host a 10-25 game, I'm making phone calls. People are planning their calendar. I got to get 12 people to say yes and then tell 3 people they can't play if everybody shows up. It's just not great.
It's a lot more work.
It's definitely a lot of work. But this is just, hey, guys, 2 people didn't show up. Anybody want to play? And Tao jumps in.
Well,
I've got a feeling he'll jump in next time if I ask him.
I think it makes sense to do some of these 1-3 and 1-2 streams more because some of the other clubs out there don't do it. They want to stream the big stuff. But 1-2 and 1-3 is the most popular game in a casino in a room. You're going to have always a bunch of tables, 1-2 somewhere, 1-3 somewhere. So this is affordable poker for everyone that plays poker usually. Not everyone's out there playing 10 a quarter,
Right.
So from a business perspective, it just makes sense to stream these 1-2s and 1-3s and people that play 1-2 and 1-3 get a chance to play on the stream versus like having to pony up $15,000-$20,000.
Exactly.
So
couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, I mean, this is realistic and affordable poker. I mean, people playing 10 quarter 50 or 5-10 a quarter is not realistic for everyone playing poker. Some people don't want to play that big. I mean, that's just the answer. They might have the money, but they don't want to play that high.
Yeah, they don't want to flip for houses.
Yeah, and I don't blame them.
No.
So, I think it's good to have this realistic, affordable game and have that viewership and versus places that are doing just high stakes and high stakes only.
Agreed. And it is a lot of work for us to do this, but I think the players enjoy it, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah. No, it's nice that Poker House accommodates to the player pool and cares about the player versus cares about the dollar. So I like that about Poker House in general.
That's the burn card, Jackie. I think, unless I misunderstood. Okay, I did. I misunderstood.
Crissy in here at the 6-3, little Dicky with King Queen.
So Dicky bet 21 on the flop, and Crissy called with just a gut shot, needing a 4. She improves. Oh, she sniffs out that bluff and says, "I don't think so. I don't think so, James." Dicky King Queen home.
Crissy really getting in the mix today.
Not today.
She has been showing the boys how to play tonight.
I love it. I'm a big fan of Crissy. I love watching her play.
She is not afraid. I mean, Crissy's a player. She bets $500 a hand in blackjack. What do you want?
Did you play with her? Oh.
Did I play? I played with Crissy twice.
But I thought you went up to Choctaw or something with her.
No, we were trading blackjack stories, and I told her I was a retired blackjack player.
Nice.
She said how she would bet 500 a hand. I was like, oh, I know that feeling.
I've never played that big.
The most I've ever bet was 5,000 on a hand of blackjack, and no, it did not win.
Oh no.
No, but usually on an average, I would play like anywhere from like 1 to 500 a hand if I did play, because I wanted to try to win a pretty good amount. But it never ended that way. It always ended in a loss. Moral of the story: don't play blackjack.
Don't play blackjack. I think the most I've ever bet on blackjack was $100, and that wasn't like a whole session. That was like me getting out of line when I was playing 25 bet.
And then press it to like 100.
Yeah.
I don't like playing blackjack. I don't.
I don't anymore. Ooh, Queen. Look
at this.
This is little Dicky and Sewell. Oh, and Sewell's on the right side of it this time. You snapped him off when you both flopped 3.
Yeah, the last time I flopped 3 kings.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh my God, watch this! We both flopped 3 kings."
And so King Jack, and here we go with this one. And they both have pretty decent stacks. Your wife's boyfriend. I am not a card counter, so I was just blatantly gambling.
I was gambling also
back in my 20s, and I would say really.
This is there's no scenario where it does not get all in. It's gonna go. This is gonna be a $2,000 pot.
It could be very big.
It's a rainbow board. If it comes out, unless it's like a 9-10 king, something like that, that makes them afraid of the.
Oh wow! So here's the king for Crissy, right? Because Mike had ace jack. Oh, I'm sorry, not Crissy. Little Dicky had king jack. I thought Crissy was in the hand.
He needs exactly an ace. How rough is this for Mike Sewell?
This is a really rough spot, but you know, an ace can hit the river, and Mike would draw out, which he had the best hand on the flop. So unfortunate turn for Mike. But let's see what happens here. Very interesting last hand. He said probably should fold this. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn up the
man. An ace would be unreal. Oh my God! This feels scripted. This feels scripted.
Get you some of that.
Oh my God!
All in.
This feels scripted. Wow!
Rigged.
What a turn! What a river!
Wow! Hand 57.
Wow! An incredible run for Mike tonight.
Wow! That is so sick for James, our dealer.
That is.
What a cooler!
What a turn! What a river! And you know, Mike is just having a great night tonight. It was just meant to be for Mike.
I just didn't.
Wow! What a way to end the stream.
Paste and copy. Couldn't say the dealer's in on the job because one of the dealers just lost to the players, so I couldn't agree with that one.
Wow.
Man, what a way to end the night with another crazy hand happening at the end of Poker House stream, getting very close to the end. It's crazy hand just happened. I said, wow, what a river card for an ace to happen. Bang, there it is. Like felt scripted.
I was feeling so bad for Mike because he's always on the cold part of these coolers.
Well, that's the thing. You know, you play long enough, you're going to be on the winning end of it too.
It'll balance. It's positive variance, but
yeah, it's going to go back and forth.
When that king hit, I was like, oh man, not again.
Yeah, you know, I know Mike got torched a couple times, so it's nice to see him win some back. But I like Little Dicky too, so I mean, you know, it's hard for me to root against one or the other.
Yeah,
so,
no, I mean,
I don't want to do that.
I like to see Max Payne, but when both of them are your friends, it's hard to.
I like them both. So, you know, it's just an unfortunate hand.
There.
And Javier does get there with the heart and King 7 strong dead.
was sick. He fucking snap called that shit. Wow.
Wow. What a hand. Super fun. Thanks for joining me tonight, Gator.
Hey, thanks for inviting me, and being remote was definitely cool. So
Yeah,
kept me
saved
away
a
from
3-hour
some
drive.
traffic. Yeah, yeah, I know. So don't mind
hour
it
and a
all.
half here, an hour and a half home. Do you want in on this if we play on Wednesday?
Let me make sure. I don't know, because usually I'm playing in that. I'm playing in an interesting game on Wednesdays.
Okay.
A Mark's game. You know Mark? Not Mark?
Not Mark. Not Mark.
Yeah, not Mark's game goes off on Wednesdays, and I show up in the morning. So I might not be able to make it because
You might be tired.
yeah, I'll be tired and I'll have to drive. But if his game doesn't go and it doesn't happen, then I would definitely show
All right.
up.
I'll put you on the list, and if you don't show up, that's fine because I can fill a 1-2 game fairly easily.
I'll
But I
just
will
text
put
you
you
and let you know,
Yeah.
like probably the day before. That way, say, hey, I think this game's going tomorrow. So yeah, if that game goes Wednesday, which it probably will,
You're going to be preoccupied.
yeah, and it goes off early for me. It's 11 in the morning, so I would be there
Right.
for early for me, normal for others.
I know people think I'm lazy because I sleep till 10, and I'm like, I go to bed at 4.
Yeah, I go to bed really late too.
Quad 8's on the board. We're just
Woo!
jabbering, and King High's going to win.
King Eye's gonna win with the quad 8s.
The river is cold at this table.
The river is cold at this table, he says.
Yeah, yeah. Poker can be a cruel endeavor.
What do you think about Jackie's hand tattoo? She's got a skull tattooed on the back of her hand.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I have a lot of tattoos. I don't know how many tattoos Jackie has. That's the only one I've ever noticed.
I've noticed another one.
That's right. You got a few tattoos. What do you think about it?
I like it. I like body art.
Me too. I think it's interesting.
So that's a straddle. They're at 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 40. JP calls 40 with a queen 10. This big blind folds, straddle folds, double straddle folds, triple straddle calls with ace queen. And Javier with the quadruple straddle checks his ace 4. 3-handed to the flop. A queen or an ace would be spicy. 7 tray.
7 tray. Yeah, no queens. Thain with the best hand.
I think he should have raised pre-flop with ace queen. But he was probably just doing pot control. Javier thinks his ace is good. Thain gives up. And Javier takes it.
Does win it with second best hand.
It's a good flop for a quadruple straddle.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a little stab at it and take her down. See, big winner today. Mike Sewell, 2,300. Tao
Makes that ace on the
18.
river. Barry Greenstein.
Yeah. Barry Greenstein's book, Ace on the River.
Incredible, incredible hand. I think this is going to be the last hand. Last couple of hands. We'll see what happens.
I figured if I ever wrote a book, I would call it King on the Turn. There's actually a reason behind it.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I know.
All right, that's a misdeal. She didn't move the button.
I had a 5-3 again. That's what I was figuring out last night.
I got it all in with aces versus a guy that's my friend now, and he had 2 kings on the flop, and the turn was a king, and that's how we became friends.
Did you river an ace?
No, I lost. No, I lost.
Cash game or tournament?
It was in cash game. It was back like when I first started playing poker, and I was broke, and it was like my last money.
Oh.
And I was all in with aces, and he had 2 kings, and he got it all in on the flop, and the turn was the king, and I was like, damn, that broke me for like all of my money, and that's why it was king on the turn. Yeah.
I've been there. Have to eat breakfast for supper because you can't afford supper.
Yeah, I can tell you some pretty interesting stories.
Oh man. Started at the bottom, now we here.
Yes, sir. I remember sleeping in my car on top of the casino.
I've never done that.
I did that.
I've slept in my car before when I'm traveling across country and I don't want to spring for a hotel for 5 hours.
Right. I was sleeping in my car because I was too poor to afford to go to the hotel.
Yeah.
I was like 22.
All right, they're taking off their microphones. I think this is the last hand. So let's make it a good one. Javier's got top pair. Sewell's got bottom 2. This is a good one. Scripted that way.
Definitely ramen noodles.
Oh, Javier.
Javier
Ripped it for 100, raised to 100.
Still with the king 9 not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's got bottom 2. He's not going anywhere at all.
Javier has 470. They could get all this money in by the turn.
Oh, for sure. He just calls. Javier is 270 in the pot. Javier's got the stack to pot ratio of 470.
How interesting would a 6 be on the turn? All right, not a 6, but it's a 10.
It's 10 ball.
I mean, Javier still has outs. He can still win with a 10 or an ace or a 6.
Ace 6, 10. Deuce doesn't do it.
Okay, and it went check on the turn.
Sewell's going to bet 100. Good bet.
Yeah, and Javier
he knows he's behind.
Doesn't like it, but he's calling.
Yep. All right, that was a good way to end the stream.
Wrapping up Sewell's big night tonight.
Good job, Mike.
Mike Sewell in the house, putting on the reverse cooler.
He did. Excellent job, Mike Sewell. My man. Speaking of Mike Sewell, hold on just a second. Let me click this up here. Get in here, buddy. Here, put this on.
Let me turn my camera on.
All right. Let me turn this off.
Let's interview the man, the myth, and the legend here.
All right. Let's do that.
There's my boy Gator.
Man, you know what? If I wasn't there playing, I'm just glad to be there rooting. You pulled the reverse Uno tonight. How'd it feel?
It felt great, actually.
We were screaming when that ace hit the river.
Oh, man. Tell me that wasn't nasty.
Man.
Dude,
man,
yeah.
I said, what if an ace comes on the river? Sometimes it's just your night, man, and I'm glad it was your night tonight, brother, because sometimes it hasn't been your night lately. So
you ain't never lied.
You gave him the reverse Uno tonight, though. So.
I did. No, it was a great
night. Good night. Yeah, how much did you win?
I was in for 15, out with 4,040.
I was going to say 2,500.
Yeah, so I won
is a nice $2,500 winner today?
Not too shabby.
We're chopping that. So
yeah.
I mean, he's at least taking us to like $500 dinner, right?
We'll do something. So
we're gonna do this Wednesday next week.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, I'm going to be in Austin, so let's do it Wednesday.
All right. Wednesday, I'll be in Houston. I got a big bid I got to go put in down there. So
all right, you got a job?
Yeah,
you don't play poker every day.
That man doesn't stop making money. That's Money Mike, man.
Yeah,
that's all he does.
Perfect. Excellent.
During the week's kind of hard because I do work a lot.
Yeah.
I do work a lot.
Oh yeah, you put in the hours. I
Yeah,
know.
that's like this week. I mean, I try to come in at noon, especially for the free roll.
Yep.
That's
how many points do you have?
I should have
I haven't updated this since Wednesday.
I should have close to like 3,000.
All right.
3,000. I got to get back.
3,000 points.
You haven't
$3,000 winner.
On it. I got fourth the other day.
Fourth will get you another
1,000. Yeah,
and
so
then
I got
250
fourth
for signing up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect.
So, but no, I just had to come in here and say hi to you guys. Thank y'all for coming.
Mike, it was a pleasure watching you tonight and finally getting some of the wins you deserve. So
yeah, super fun to be on the right side of it. When that king hit, I just went, "Oh God, not again!"
Yeah. and if y'all were listening to the table, I literally said, I was like, I should fold this.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Gator goes, "Did he just say I should fold this?" I mean,
yeah, dude.
That's what I thought you said.
Jack King.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there telling myself, I'm like, man, he's already got ace 10.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I didn't put him on another jack.
Right.
But I'm sitting there telling myself, man, he just hit the straight, and now I'm just sitting here with, jacks in my hand.
Yeah.
With the jack in my hand, and I was like, this is gonna be nasty, and I was like, all right, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna call this. And when that ace hit, oh, dude, it was so.
Rip it in.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I was very surprised.
Oh, dude,
and then he threw it over, and I was just like, because I straight gatored it.
Yeah.
I said,
You're beat by ace, king, and queen.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was
pretty amazing.
You got your gator boots on today, at least?
Man, you already know I do.
Man, come on now.
Look at that.
Look at those. Woo. No wonder he took them to town tonight.
Oh, and I got the gator belt on too.
Oh man, they can't mess with you.
Got the old gator belt. Look at that.
Man, they can't mess with you tonight.
Well, man, I got to get up out of here. I'm gonna go.
You got to work tomorrow?
Actually, I do. I got to go put in some bids tomorrow. I got to go look at a building.
All right, perfect. Good job
Good
tonight.
to see you guys.
Thanks
All
for
right.
doing this.
Nice job, Mike. Take care.
Right.
Hey, thanks so much for being with us, Gator.
Hey, thanks for having me, Poker House Fort Worth.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time. We will see you Wednesday, maybe.
Maybe.
All right.
We'll see. But Mike's not going to be there, so I'm a little bit depressed about that.
We don't care anymore. All right. We'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See ya.